Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly, I guess you'll be your friendly Dragon Master today, because today we are going to be playing, me running for the first time, Free League's very cool Dragonbane RPG. This is a game based, it has some DNA with the BRP games and a Drak Dominator, or I think is the name of the Swedish one. Apologies for my pronunciation of Swedish. I can barely handle English, let alone another language, but I understand that it is based on a classic RPG originally published in Sweden and then updated with some more current rules. And we are using a module that is part of Free League's kind of like, you know, third-party publishing thing called Shadow over Gloomshire, that was written by Robin Fjarem. And I've got a link down below to Shadow over Gloomshire, so if you do want to pick up this module for yourself, it's a really, really well put together thing that has a really different tone to it than what some of the other Dragonbane stuff does, so I really, really like that. And with me today to play in the Shadow over Gloomshire setting is some luminaries from the Dungeon Musings player roster. This is the first of our player roster selected games that we're running this year. We asked the players to nominate games that they wanted to play over the course of 2025. This is one of the top picks from the year. So let me go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your familiarity with Dragonbane is. First up, we've got Jamie.
Hey everybody, I'm Jamie. Today I will be playing Brother Yoshkin, who is a human paladin and a little bit fearless, a little bit reckless, so my kind of character. And I think my familiarity with Dragonbane is that I picked the book up last week and perused it, but I know very little of what the gameplay is going to be like. But I'm excited to try it. It's one I voted for as well in the player channel, so I'm excited to try it.
Very nice. Next up is Carl.
Hello, I'm Carl, and I'm playing Quirk Goldtongue, who is a mallard, which is a anthropomorphic duck species, and he is a mallard bard thespian. And I have the box set, and I have some stuff from like Free RPG Day from Dragonbane. Have been wanting to play it. I even did the Gloomshire Kickstarter, but I haven't looked at it for the purposes of this game, so I have no idea what's going to happen. So yeah, I'm really excited because I'd like to run it myself. So.
Very nice. Next up is Graham.
Oh, hi, I'm Graham. I am playing some Mindarial Shadow Dreamer, Night Elf. I'm a little surprised you didn't call me first, but I shall let you off this one time. Hero in 3 realms, soon to be the 4th, and member of this illustrious company. My experience of Dragonbane is quite extensive. I've played a years-long campaign, as it happens, set in Trudvang, which is mine's previous iteration of Drak Dominator. And I love the game. I've run it a lot, but I haven't played it a lot, so it's an experience that I'm looking forward to.
Well, I mean, you're still not going to get it today, but it'll be my approximation of what the game is supposed to be. And last but certainly not least is George.
Hey everybody, I'm George. I am playing Magister Hugo Ashenford, who is comes from the School of Animism. He is a very old man who also happens to be a kleptomaniac. Maybe in his old age. I don't know when it started, but it's happening.
Yeah.
I played a bunch of Dragonbane. I've really enjoyed it. I've run it just a couple of times and found it a really fun kind of beer and pretzels game. That's got a little interesting elements to it, and I also have always liked BRP generally, going way back, and I thought this was an interesting sort of take on that system.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot to shoot before. Well, we'll do this live, I guess, before we start playing. We're going to do some advancements because I said we're going to do 2 rounds of 5 advancements each. So if you guys want to go on your character sheets, pick 5 skills to advance, make your rolls for the advancements, and then do the same thing a second time. You do need to pick 5 separate skills for each of those, but remember, you can use your Your magic, your elementalism and animism for Magister Ugo, those both count.
When you say pick, Kevin, do you mean you highlight the little diamond?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what you do?
Click the little diamond for
Okay,
5 of
right.
them. Then I actually don't know how it if the sheet gives you an opportunity.
Yeah.
You just click
I
on the
think
skill.
it does. Well, let's see. It looks like things are happening as I choose things.
Fantastic.
You could choose anything, or is there a limit?
Just the skills. No talents, no attributes. Just you're gonna roll your skills, and then if you, oh yeah, look at that. Okay.
So what happened is I clicked the little circle to the right of the word skills once I selected my 5 skills. Just as my activity.
Okay. And then did you advance?
I
Myths and
advanced.
legends. Yeah.
Yep. I got 3 advancements.
Okay. Did it? Sorry. If you roll
Wait.
for advancement,
No, it's above.
is it over or is it equal to or over?
It's over.
Over. Okay.
Over, yeah. So I got myths and legends.
Nice.
So what did you click, George? What was the little thing you clicked?
So once I selected the 5, then
Yep.
where the word skills is, go to the right. There's a little
Oh, Jesus.
button there. You click
Oh,
that
yeah.
button in the circle, and it should do all of them. So Kevin, should we then do a second round right now?
Yep.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I hit it more than once.
Oh, you've been getting double clicks on in Roll20.
Yeah, forever.
So I think it
don't know.
rolled twice for you, Carl. Maybe just double check and make sure it didn't. Unless you're intending
Yeah.
on rolling the exact same things twice.
Well, I mean,
Pretty.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. It looks
Level
like.
5.
I don't know what it goes. I don't know how you go up anyway.
Did it auto level up for you, George, or do you have to change it?
Oh, that's a good question. I assumed it did, but let me double check.
It has for me.
Okay, yeah, I assumed it did. So yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yes, it has for me. Yes.
So let's
I
just
can
look at
confirm.
this second set then, Carl. So you started with bluffing. Let's see here.
It looks
So
like bluff went up. No, bluff did not. You have to roll higher or what?
yeah, you
Higher
need to
than
roll
your
higher
current
than
score.
yeah.
So that way, like, the better you are at something, the harder it is to advance. But I don't know if you ever played like the original RuneQuest system, for example, but it was always this way where whenever you tried something, you got to tick it off on your character sheet, and then at the end of each session, you got to see if you would.
Yeah, Carl's run a
so
ton
same
of
thing.
Call of Cthulhu, and it's a
Yeah, so
yeah, right, that's right.
So same thing.
Yeah, so it looks like on the first round, spot hidden and myths and legends went up.
Nice.
Cool.
In the second round, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess. the
Yeah,
other
try it again.
ones-
Go ahead, click your 5 and then.
Well, I guess I did the same ones, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, accidentally.
Oh, man.
But spot hidden and it looks like spot hidden and evade went up, so that's cool.
Nice.
I got 2 natural 20s on this last round.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah, so I
That
actually
is
went
the
up
time to get them.
This
Yeah.
is the time. Now it'll be one.
Now's the time.
Okay.
So then we have one more round. You said.
You have two chances. So
Two
pick
chances.
Nice.
5 more and then go ahead and click
That's
on
fine.
them.
Yeah, I did. Well, I just did it. I mean,
Alright.
I'll just take the result of the double click and fight.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And well, Brother Yoskim, is your swords go up to a? Wait, which one is the one you rolled? Is the red what you rolled, or is the red what you are?
That's
The red
what,
one.
That's what you are.
what I was, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I risked it. I risked it, and I think I made it twice now.
Nice.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay. Then, guys,
This game is already amazing.
I can speak only from the player perspective. I cannot imagine anything bad happening in the next 3.5 hours. All right. So then the guys, we sent some backstory for you guys beforehand, but what we'll do is maybe just let that come out in the course of play here. Our session opens at what I'd like to call a bothy. So this is a roadside, it's also on the wrong layer here. It is a roadside stop-off. In our version of this fantasy world, there are different places at different junctions for different roads that are leading between different communities where local nobles or merchants or mercantile consortiums will sponsor certain locations for you to stay. Basically, places where if there's not a proper inn or there's not a proper community, you go in, you can put your horses and whatnot away, you can have a place to sleep for the evening, and then you just leave it as you found it the next day. There are patrols typically along the road in better times that do this. And you guys have been staying in Abothi for the evening because you're about 2 days out from reaching your destination in Gloomshire. The first thing I will tell you is as you guys are waking up in this grim dawn, you can hear the sounds of a bunch of other people stirring in here. One of the things, though, that Sir Nindarial is still lingering in your ears, as you obviously are not sleeping, but you have emerged from your meditations, the sounds of beating wings. Brother Yoskim, you likewise had a bit of a troubling sleep, although as is so often the case, the fleeting particulars of your dream. And your dream featured a silhouette of a woman with large black wings set against a ashen sky. But even that vision, her voice, it likewise is a fleeting image. What is quite noticeable is the shout from one of the other groups that is in this community, or is in this Bothi, who's crying out for their change purse. My purse is gone! Now, Ugo, I'll leave it to you. If you did happen to take anything in the night that did not belong to you, you do not have to do this. If you roll a sleight of hand check, we will assume that you did try to make off with this.
I am definitely the culprit. Let's see what happens here. Okay.
No.
That is an 18.
No.
Okay. So do you...
I don't think I should push immediately. I think it's okay. I think, yes, I have a plan.
If you are...
So, yes.
If so, a sleight of hand is what? It's an agility check, so you would be dazed if you push it?
Yeah, yes. I think this has happened before. So
okay.
I think I've been caught. I think I have been caught red-handed here.
You have not, but what you realize is that as you the shout comes, you get up and your little bedroll goes aside, and quite obviously someone has pretty terribly concealed a coin purse underneath your bedroll. Sir Nindariel, Quirk, and Brother Yoskin, would you each kindly give us an awareness check?
An awareness check. I'm not wearing my great helm, I believe.
Probably not sleeping. Well, you're meditating, I guess.
Maybe.
So, Quirk also? I didn't catch.
Quirk as well. Yes, please.
Okay.
Sorry.
And sorry, so the green is what you rolled, and the red is what you needed, right? Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Oh, I think I...
Yeah. Okay, so
got it.
Quirk, and as this noise is going on, Ugo kind of jerks up, awake, and Quirk and Brother Yoskin, you have both noticed that there is a coin purse that is under Ugo's head, it seems, and he's sort of in a panic. Well, you tell us, George, what is the obvious failure of his sleight of hand that we see here?
I think what they recognize is my panic for that moment, but I very quickly try to cover for it. Like, Who put this here? This isn't my bed. How did I get over here? And like a bunch of excuses that they clearly see right through.
Yeah, give us a bluffing check. Let's see.
All right, let's see what happens. There we go. Okay. Yeah.
So it is going to be a contested roll against the awareness of this guard. This person comes over, and with you having it kind of admitted to what has happened here, guard has an awareness of 10. You rolled an 8. He comes over and he says, "Oh, thank God thank the light you found it."
It was just mostly luck. I mean, thankfully I was the one sleeping here. Otherwise, somebody might have stolen this.
That is, I think Quirk and Brother Yoskin, perhaps there's a side-eyed moment between the two of you because it's obvious what's happened here. Ugo, he says to you, puts his hand on your shoulder. "Well, thank you found it, wizard. I won't let it out of my sight this time."
Actually, but the question is, where did you see where it went to? It was there a second ago, or has he taken it?
Oh, he's taken it, yeah.
Okay, he took it there.
So he...
yes, thankfully that you were here to, keep track of these things.
Oh, good. Well, best get on our way. Are you heading north with us? And you guys are not. You are heading east.
I think I kind of looked at my companions at the question because I'm reluctant to give an answer, but I don't want to look like I'm struggling not to answer his question, so it doesn't look suspicious. So I kind of say, like, I'm just following along with my companions here.
I think at this point,
I'm an old man.
will actually wake up because the whole thing is just beyond him. Oh, good morning. The stars are away, and the day of our trouble. And who are you, fine fellow? You seem interesting.
Good looks at him. Well then, I'll leave you to get ready, and he'll turn, and you can see everyone who's in here. There's probably about 10 people staying in here. You do know that about 3 caravans sort of showed up last night, 2 of which seem to be heading north, 1 of which seems to be heading south, none of which is heading east. If you'd like, everyone can give us a myth and legends check as well, and this with a boon as well.
Well, that's the question. Does it give an option to?
I think it does at the
boon
top.
Here.
Is it?
Oh yes, you're right. Sorry, you're right. Correct.
Oh yeah.
We just type it in. Looks like.
I didn't do that, so I'll just roll
there
it
we go.
again.
Okay.
Oh, 20, first one.
Nice, excellent. That is a demon, is it not?
It is a demon.
It is a demon. All right. So then, did everyone fail with a boon?
I failed. With a boon.
With a boon. Well,
yeah. I rolled an 18 and a 20.
Oh,
I rolled a 20.
Wow. I rolled a 19 and a 20. Wow.
Yeah. Well, 20 truly knows what it's doing here. Carl, I think you only rolled 1, though. Did it roll? Because I only see 1 result when I hover over.
Oh.
Just go ahead and hit a re-roll. Let's see if we can get a...
Just re-roll it again. Sorry.
Yeah, the little re-roll button there. 15. It's delivered the same thing. All right. Then, anything, as everyone's sort of getting up and getting ready to go, they do ask, someone else might ask if you're... I mean, Ugo, you've declared that your bedroll is no longer yours, so how do you just hope that he doesn't pay attention, or...
Yeah, I kind of try to point to my companions as the people who know the answers and like slip away, kind of like, and pretend I'm super old.
Yeah.
Like now I'm like, I'm an old man.
And as a reminder, many of you, actually, I think none of you really know one another. You were all commissioned by a bishop in order to travel to Gloomshire, but none of you really know one another. So you can feel free to play out how your reactions would be, or how you wish to get to know one another as you go.
Well, I think he's an old-looking man, right? So Clark doesn't go, oh, he's just an old man. You know, sometimes they forget things. Things get left lying around. It is no big deal. I myself am traveling east. You said, right, Kevin?
Yeah, you're heading east.
Yeah. I myself am traveling east. If you're curious.
Everyone kind of stops. Look over. Where is it you're going?
Well, east. I am a bard, a thespian. There must be tales.
So you're more just an actor full on. I put bard in brackets. You can just treat all your stuff. It deals with you being an actor.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's to the east. Apparently, it's bad.
Gloomshire.
No, we stride bravely to Gloomshire to resolve any problems that might be there. Me and my illustrious hero friends here.
Okay.
And I will just act them out in real time.
They all sort of look at one another. You're going to Gloomshire?
Yes.
You seem concerned about that idea.
The road to Gloomshire is not one to be travelled lightly, and nor safely in this age. But you're on a quest then?
We have heard of troubles in Gloomshire. We're there to, resolve them.
They sort of all look over. There's an elvish knight, a ramshackle mercenary, an actor, and an old man. They all sort of keep their thoughts to themselves, but it's quite obvious what they're all thinking of. Well, one of them volunteers. It's 2 days down the road from here to Gloomshire. There is another bothy. 1 day down. Keep your eyes out the north side of the road. If it's still functioning, you can at least get some break from the woods there.
Oh.
Thanks to you.
Well, thank you so much.
The Lightbringer watch over you all. The mood as people are going out seems to be a little bit deflated, and also thankfully they seem to have completely forgotten about Ugo's theft.
That's the important thing.
Yeah. They all
we know he's a kleptomaniac, right?
Ugo's
I don't
about it
think
too.
you do. Like,
Yeah.
No idea.
No.
idea. He's a great mage, a man of wisdom, learning, and discernment.
Okay.
yeah. The thing is,
That's
you
what they
might.
say.
What I'd said is for the backstory for Ugo, and you can take it wherever you want, George, is that someone of his vintage, you would sort of expect to be in more of an administrative role or some kind of like somebody in charge of something. So if he's this far along as a wizard and he's still being sent out into, God knows where, there's probably a reason for it.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think he's not. He's for I think multiple reasons probably, and I think he even says once it comes up that we're once he hears the idea that we're on a quest into a dangerous area. He's like, wait, is that true?
I'm glad to say that it is. Yes.
I didn't know that. Well, okay. As long as I've got you with me, it'll probably be fine.
A master of the arcane arts will be of great use in this quest, I'm sure.
Great! The master of the arcane arts is coming with us.
No, that's you. I believe so. I was told so. Yes.
Okay, you know what? I have been doing it a long time. That is true.
There's a long look between two teamsters who are getting ready, and they both file out to get their respective things ready. The last, I think, when they're probably all filed out and getting on their way, leaving just you. There's one or two kind of trinkets and stuff that are left behind in the bothy. If you wish to leave anything behind as well. There is something you notice, Quirk. Each of these bothies do on the outside feature the kind of the crests of the folks who sponsor them. And the outside of this one, there are two names on here. One is the Von Klugden family. I'll put that in chat. Again, I know we all went to a high school with the Von Klugden, but, you know. There's the Von Klugdens.
Yes, it's the Von Klugens from Green, Texas. Yes, I remember.
Exactly. And there's also the Von Valdens. And that one might be familiar to you, Quirk.
From Fredericksburg. Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. Yes, the Von Waldens. I should mention we should visit the Von Waldens at some point. I know them very well.
The Von Waldens are of Gloomshire.
That's where we're going, right?
Indeed.
I'm playing into the Magister Ugo's, acting. I'm getting into character.
Okay.
Then
they will give us aid on this quest.
Master Ugo, your affectations are very, for an actor, a thespian such as myself, very contagious. I know you play the doddering old fool, but I know this is just an act.
Indeed.
Oh, really? Oh, very. That's good. Thought it was
I'm sure
real,
of it.
but
I'm
great.
sure of it. I can just say that a little louder for people to.
Here's what I would like to do, Kev. It's okay with you. Is sort of make a bluff check to see if because they're not wrong. I am purposely trying to do this. So
yeah,
I'd like to make a bluffing check.
You make a bluff check, please, and then everyone else make sure you've got the boon turned off for it.
I did.
Yep, and then everyone else give us an awareness check. Let's see who picks up on Ugo's
I made it by 1.
bullshit. It's not the degrees of success. I think it's as low. Whoever rolls lowest wins.
It's the lowest.
Right. Yes, you're right.
Demon for Nindario.
No.
So, Nindario, I believe you can feel free to roleplay as if you are completely buying this absolute buffoon role. He's...
Absolutely. He is a man of learning and distinction, and I can see that instinctively.
I think that's what that would be if you were successful.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's a fool. He is an absolute fool in your mind.
Oh dear. Right. Brother Yoshin, may I crave a boon, but perhaps you could apply a blessing of the Lightbringers as a great priest of the Lightbringers for our journey, a blessing for our journeys, so that the Lightbringers can.
I don't want to interrupt it, but just so it's clear, Brother Yoskim is not clearly a paladin. He has a symbol of the Lightbringer. You have not seen him do anything. He looks like a fucking mercenary.
Yeah, but he's called Brother Yoskin. I'm assuming he must be a priest.
It would generally be priest.
Yoskin?
Maybe, yeah. Like maybe this is what you're assuming and trying to learn.
Oh, I thought he was somebody's brother.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, the Von Waldens, when we get to Gloomshire, they are very generous people. Undoubtedly, we can take lodging under their roof.
That sounds good to me.
And you are a learned man, a wise man.
Oh, excellent.
I totally believe it, right? I got 18.
Yeah. Brother Yoskin, you can feel free to respond to Sir Nindariel's request if you'd like.
I would look at first Ugo and say that you're fortunate to have a silver tongue that complements your hands of stone. Be careful that you keep your hands to yourself going forward, and I think we will not run into so many problems.
I think what I would do is kind of try to have other people think that I'm kind of unaware of what he's talking about, and I'm sort of doddering, etc. But I want to give him a quick wink to sort of let him know, like,
yeah,
you're not wrong. That's my plan.
Yeah. Okay. So then, you were the last left behind. Two of the coaches are headed north. One headed south now, leaving just you guys at the Bothy. and the long, empty road to Gloomshire ahead of you. 2 days travel. What could possibly go wrong?
It's beautiful. That's why it's called the Gloomshire.
May the light guide our path.
Yes, agreed. Thankfully, nothing ever happens in travel during these games.
I anticipate because of the both these, you guys aren't having a camp. I'm actually not making use of the travel rules all that much in here. There's really,
no,
I mean,
well,
like,
thank God.
also there's not an awful lot to it, right? Yeah. It's
like get to the place.
Sure. Tell us, guys, what then, if there's anything else, unless there's anything else you wish to do, then you guys are packing up and you're out on the road to Gloomshire. Tell us what, let me show you what you can expect from here. That one teamster did say that there was little traffic along the road to Gloomshire, and boy, they're not kidding.
Oh, actually, that's a good question. Like, what time of year about is it?
This will be in the late spring, enough time for word to have reached the capital, for to reach the bishop, at least in order to want to actually retain people to go and look into the situation in Gloomshire. You guys have been on the road for about 8 days so far.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's not like the weather isn't unseasonable, but it does rain more, and there will still be like late spring windstorms. It seems as if the road to Gloomshire itself, what you cannot see in here is that there are clear ruts where something has been making its way to and from there. What you guys know about Gloomshire in general is that it is a lumber community. It is famous for a brew of Gloomshire. I think it's Gloomshire ale. Let's see here. Is it an ale? Is it a stout? Is it a...
It's very important.
This is important stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Especially what time of year it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If it's
While Kevin's looking that up, let me ask the party. So since we've been traveling for a little over a week, do you think we've kind of fallen into sort of a way of traveling? Meaning there's someone who's more, the guide, and someone who's more, a lookout, kind of like, I've got the One Ring in my brain now. But, do we have... Game. Yes, oh God, man, so good. But do you think we have kind of fallen into sort of a, not even consciously, but like a pattern of how we travel together as a group?
I mean, it's possible, I think. I mean, I know you would know Quirk would share because he just talks constantly. But he's good at spotting hidden things. My eyes, these mallard eyes, they're so much better than you human and elven eyes. We can see underwater, after all. The water never messes up our sight like it would for you, landlubbers.
Yeah. Be concerned, we will be underwater soon. I'm not a good swimmer, well, just letting you know.
If it rains, it's called Gloomshire, so there's undoubtedly fog and rain.
That's a good point.
I'm so glad we are not on a ship.
True.
Yes, I prefer the land.
Go ahead, Jamie. Sorry.
I said Brother Yoskin prefers the land as well. And he's certainly a little bit reckless, so I think he might at times travel forward a little ways, and sort of push himself so that he's the first to see any oncoming threats or dangers. That would be in his nature. So every once in a while, he may just sort of walk faster and, get out of view for a moment and then suddenly be waiting by a tree.
Cool. I think Ugo would sort of be the one who is kind of taking everything in and making sure we're on the right path, meaning like bushcraft wise, like he's sort of like checking out like the way that animals are moving, or the presence or non-presence of animals in a particular area, that sort of thing, and pointing that out as we're traveling in terms of the actual movement, the travel itself through these areas.
I think bushcraft is what's used to set up camp too. So if you guys have had to set up a camp, you may be surprised that this wizard, like, he fucking knows how to get a campfire going, how to get like the meal going. He is not a stranger to the road.
I think Sindariel will be taking a steady and inexorable pace, but he will take absolutely nothing in.
Utterly focused on the task ahead.
We need somebody to do that, so that actually works out.
Okay, excellent. So it sounds like it's Sindariel, Ugo, and Quirk are sort of traveling together in a cluster, with Brother Yoskim a little further ahead as you guys are traveling.
Yeah.
So the you guys are making your way along, and it's one of these instances where it's maybe the first sort of stop that you guys would have past noon. Quirk maybe is sharing a poem or a soliloquy from a performance or something that he was in before, and when you guys sort of once again come across Yoskim, you're about to take your just maybe an hour past noon break just to rest your feet for a moment. Yoskim is waiting there, and as he reaches there, what you guys can hear is the sound of a wolf, a single wolf call deep off in the woods to the north east. And as soon as that comes, would each of you guys kindly give us a bushcraft check, please? You could also use hunting. No, I want bushcraft. I think is the one we're looking for.
Okay.
Okay. So the wolf's howl goes off, and then there is silence. And each one of you, I think Yoskim, you were the first one. Oh, Yoskim and Ugo, you both quirk at the first, kind of at the same moment of like where the hell's the rest of the sounds of the forest?
Yeah, interesting.
And both of you well enough to... Sorry, George. It has been a while, you realize, since you have seen or heard any sound from the woods whatsoever. And this sort of dawns on each of the other of you at the time, too. Yoskim, you've just sort of made your appearance. Sorry, George, go ahead.
No, I kind of corollary to that, like, it made me wonder as a player, but I think Ugo would think the same way. Was there something strange about that wolf's call, like that wolf's howl? Like, I have beast lore, for example. Like, was it something like weird or strange about that kind of way it expressed it?
Give us
I could do with a bane?
No, I think it's a regular one because it's hard. I mean, yeah, because of the name.
I look at it maybe far away, and
that's what I think. I think just a flat one would be fine.
Flat one? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Here we go. Not bad.
There was for one, there is no way that thing is either altered in some way or it is not living. So it could be a chimeric twist to a wolf so that its howl is something different, or it could be dead. It is not a matter of like a larger living thing. There is something distinctly unnatural about that howl. More to the point, why is there no follow-up?
Right. Usually a call and response of some kind. I think I see maybe that brother, that like in terms of Brother Yoskin and because I think I see he clocks this too, and suddenly like I go from that doddering old man to like I'm completely alert, my eyes are focused, I'm like, that was unnatural.
The last time the woods were this quiet, I ended up fighting something with too many teeth and not enough manners.
I shall put my helm on, my grey helm on.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have a sense of approximately? So there's. I know it's quiet all around us. Do we have a sense of how far off that howl would be? Like really far off, not too far off, like just generally.
With how quiet the forest has become, then I think the woods have become, because it sounds spookier. How quiet the woods have become.
Yeah.
It probably has carried miles to reach you.
Oh.
Oh.
Which also speaks to the sound of it. I mean, wolves can have their voices heard for quite some distance. But you would know with that roll, Ugo, wolves, that is one way they coordinate and they communicate to one another, whether that's through hunting or just notifying where they are or trying to find others. This was just a ragged howl that
So I
seems
turn to
have...
the other three. And so I turn to the other three and say, like, as if they know everything I'm thinking, even though there's no way they would. I said, but that's what's how. But I'm old. I actually am old. I'm not just pretending. That's true. So I turn to them and I'm like, a lone wolf. As if that explains everything.
A malignant challenge, perhaps, to our presence. Maybe they sense we are approaching.
Perhaps. What do you think this means? This Gloomshire is an active place. It is not.
There is still
where
lumber that comes out of there. There is still Gloomshire ale that comes out, is prized elsewhere to the south.
And they would have to make this trek. So to come through this area would be incredibly dangerous, it sounds like to me. We must keep our eyes open, be wary, and listen. We may be set upon.
What do you guys wish to do? It's still probably a couple of
I'm
hours.
going to steal. Who has a money pouch? That's one of the things I like about this game is like the
I
random
must have.
weaknesses. Okay, great.
I must have. I mean, I've got silver.
Yeah, everyone who has
I can't help myself. I think just character-wise, it's perfect that Nindariel's the one I would like. And I'm like, I'm saying all these things while my hand is like slipping back there, and I'm pointing into the forest. Like, if you don't mind, can I make
I've got my great helm on. I can't see a blooming thing.
Oh yeah, see now I know what I'm doing. So would you mind if I make a sleight of hand
Go
check
right
to
ahead.
see if
Graham, you're okay with that?
I'm fine with that. An awareness with a bane for me.
Okay.
I made it with one. Check your awareness.
With a bane, here we go.
No, you failed by one.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I failed by one. I failed.
Oh, okay. And it's not Warhammer, so it's not a case of me failing worse.
No. Unless you roll a demon, I suppose. Okay, so you do need to succeed here.
Maybe does that mean that I wasn't able to actually get the pouch, and he didn't see me try to get the pouch, or how should we?
I think your hand was on it, and you turned around, and you're like, oh, hey, you're fine.
I probably flourish and draw my sword a bit too close to you, and you sort of...
Whoa.
Brother Yoskim, it does seem like you had an eye on him. Why don't you give us an awareness check? No.
Right.
No.
I'm good at what I do. Let's,
Oh, brother,
I don't know about the magic part, but stealing stuff.
Yeah. Then, unless there is anything else you wish to do, what you will be, I think, more aware of now is that the only sound that you're hearing as you're continuing on is really like Nindariel's armor. And potentially Brother Yoskin's, if he's staying with. Are you continuing to travel a little further ahead, Brother Yoskin?
No, I think at this point, probably not as often, but still in front. He's still fearless.
Okay. So it is about another hour and a half before you finally reach a bit of a clearing.
Got you.
In here. The sun is low behind you in this, meaning that it is casting deep shadows ahead. And let me show you what you guys come across is the final bothy before reaching Gloomshire. But there are two things that are not depicted in this illustration. For one, there's not there's a little more buildings in here than what there is. There is one separate along the side near a little bit of a clearing. This looks like this place was probably a building or some kind of farmhouse or something at some point that has been given over. There is a stable that is separate on the left side there. There still is a broken down old fence that is in there. But as this thing comes into view, the first thing you notice, at first you think like, wow, that is a house that is in very poor shape for the roof because of the uneven surface. And it's not until you get a little closer and a little lower that it moves and you realize that on the roof of the house, there are so many black birds nested there that it almost appears as if it was shingled with them. The other thing you notice is a small white trickle of smoke coming out of the chimney, suggesting there may be someone inside. With the way the sun has fallen, there is no chance of there being light in there. It must be dark, but there are no interior lights on.
Sorry, Kevin, my headphones cut out for one quick second. What was it shingled with?
With black birds.
Black birds, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Are these ravens?
If you study this, the sound that they make will tell you the difference between the two. It is the caw of a crow.
Brother Yaskin will sort of step forward with his mouth open wide, as if this has some significance to him. He'll turn back to the party and say that when the crows gather, so does trouble. Be ready for trouble.
You are right, Brother Yaskin. I fear that things may be even worse than the bishop might have suspected, but to speculate would be careless, so we must learn more.
If you have reached your first act prompt, by the by, you can just take your point. If you don't have a condition to clear, go ahead and just count your reroll, your free reroll. For those listening at home, we're playing with some some house rules for this one shot. So, guys, what do you do? I see that from the pantomime that Sir Nindariel has his helm back on. What do you guys do?
I shall cautiously draw my blade as I walk into the center of this area. Unable to see virtually anything, but I shall.
Yeah, he's facing the wrong way. It's over. No, so but you move your way forward, and as these things shift, you can hear the cacophony of all these things quietly kind of cawing to one another or squawking to one another. And then there is one that kind of, it goes aloft and it brings back a distinctive memory, Sir Nindariel. And perhaps it is your imagination. It sure does seem as if the vast majority of this flock seem to be paying attention to you. What is a collection of crows called again, guys?
A murder.
No.
Murder.
So, Sir Nindariel has moved forward, and you guys can see that the roof in the waning light seems to shift. What you can see, Sir Nindariel, is that the door into the bothy is a little ajar.
Okay,
And
I think I will take this moment, and my voice will boom slightly through my helm because it's just the way it is. But I have seen this, my friends. I stood in the middle of a corpse-filled battlefield in which hundreds of crows picked at the dead, and that just before I awoke, the dead themselves began to stir, sending the birds into the sky.
as if on cue, dozens of crows get to the sky and begin flying. You, Ugo, anyone who's got any training in Beastler whatsoever would know that there's a degree of synchronicity between these things, but you would think that these crows are starlings because they are flying in a distinctive pattern. And almost as if a swirling tempest trying to manifest in the sky, a tornado forming. Only this is a swirling vortex of crows. What do you guys do?
This is an omen that we face something
Fell
worse than we feared.
There is an evil here. Be on your guard, everyone.
I think Brother Yoskin would be urgently trying to get to the building to see what's in the building.
I'll kind of follow, actually.
So Yaskim takes the lead, runs up towards the building. Sir Nindariel begins going up as well. Ugo and Quirk, you were the two left behind as this...
Yeah. I am going to, I think I'm glad that both of them are doing that because I think we need to know that answer, but I'm going to stay back a bit and keep an eye on things, including those crows, because they're still there, right, Kev? Like they're not, they haven't left the area.
They're maybe, 60 feet above where you guys are. Like it is low flying crows, and there are dozens of them.
Okay, I think because of my, my kind of, I have sort of two specialties of magic, but in terms of animism, I think there's something that makes me feel like I need to stay here, see what they do, because it might give us a clue that we need to protect ourselves. So I will sort of keep my eye out, but I'm mostly focusing on the crows.
Okay. And Quirk, what are you doing? Carl?
I'm gonna stay back and protect the mage. Draw my dagger. Maybe draw two.
Okay, so you step forward. Dagger is out. Ugo is safe. Brother Yoskim, you were the first to reach the door. What do? Do you push it open? Do you kick it open? Do you shoulder the thing aside?
You're gonna kick the door as hard as you can so you can continue to hold his sword as he looks in. It
is a solid, door. No doubt, whoever the original inhabitants of this farm, long dilapidated farm, were. It takes the hit, but then it kicks it open. Imagine, if you will, like a kind of like turn-of-the-century farmhouse, but with all the stuff cleared out and walls knocked down to try and set up as many bunk beds and such as you could. That's what both these are typically done. Straight ahead is the hearth that would have been the center of this home, and there is something smoldering in the fire, but it isn't the welcoming light of yellow and orange and red that would make a campfire. There is a bluish color coming from that fire, and sitting in front of it, hunched over, look to be two Teamsters. They could be the same individuals or part of the crew that make up your other the people you left behind at the last bothy at the crossroads. They are hunched over, and the two of them seem to be hungrily consuming something. And you can see from the stain on the ground that whatever they are consuming they made no effort to butcher outside because of the slick, dark red cast black by that bluish light from the fire. One of them turns at the sound of you kicking the door in, the other still consumed by hunger. The opaqueness of their eyes, the gore and viscera hanging from their teeth, and the desiccated nature of their flesh tells you these two things are no longer living. Let's roll some initiative, guys. Let me get the party sheet up here. Okay. Let me maybe leave this up this time. All right, let's add everybody in here. Oh, I got a handout. I'll give you guys. This is not what this looks like necessarily, but boy, is it a great illustration. Here you are, guys. Yeah! So let's put one of them down here. Here we are. There's my initiative tracker. We're into month 2 of no accidentally removed initiative trackers, so we're truly living large here. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys can see the bar, but not the numbers. Is that right?
Correct.
Awesome. Awesome. And duplicate that.
I will say to point out to the folks at home who have maybe not had a chance to play Dragonbane, one of the things that I find fun about it, that's just different, maybe just different, is the cards. So obviously in other games that we play, Savage Worlds, etc., there's card elements as well, which I like in those games, but this has that as well. So it's kind of a fun little system for initiative to use the cards, where you see what cards everybody's drawn, and when you're maybe in big trouble, based on how it's all kind of laid out.
I can't.
Which is, I guess, is happening right now.
Yeah, and I have to. Okay, so one thing that's fucking irritating about this is it seems that I need to have them created as a character in order to add them as a... That's fucking stupid. Well, what I'll do is I'll just do monsters here.
What if you just gave them give them a D10 roll and whatever?
No, I can make it work. It's just that it's a pain in the ass that I have to do this.
That should be integrated.
Well, I think it's because some folks assume that you're going to load everything in to the game, so which is fair enough.
We don't all do that.
No.
That's
all right,
rare. I wish that was the case.
Here we go. But this is what I can do here. I'll change the display for the monsters, and then this should see if my kludging worked here.
Nice.
There we go. Look at that. Easy
awesome.
peasy.
That's great.
Problem identified and resolved. Okay, so then let me put this in. That resets the initiative order.
Okay.
That moves it. All right, it is descending, I believe, right?
It is from 1. 1 is the...
From 1 to 10.
1 down? Okay.
Yeah.
Ascending. Got it. Okay, so then, Ugo, you will be up first. Do you wish to swap with anybody?
Well, I do, because I think others are in a better position to do something.
Yeah.
So I will swap with Nindariel, if you're good with that.
I think Yoskin is the one who's in the...
Yoskin's the one in first.
That's true. So yes. Let's make Yoskin go from 10 to 1.
Okay, so let's do this here. You know what? Here, George, can you, in the party sheet, can you click on trade and then pick Brother Yoskin?
Let's see. Oh, I can. Look at that. Admit. There we go.
There we
Awesome.
go.
Very
Wow.
cool.
Brother Yoskim, you're up
Brother
first.
Yoskin, you wouldn't be a veteran, would you? You wouldn't have the veteran special ability.
Yoskin.
Does he? I actually don't know.
The great thing about that ability, if I remember Graham correctly, is that you can
No.
keep your initiative each turn.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can lock
right.
it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Adaptive, Divine Cross, and Fearless.
Okay, no worries. It's fine.
Okay.
Just if it was there. Okay.
So, you have your card. You could hold it. If so, just click on hold for the party sheet. Otherwise, you can move and take an action. Oh, you might be muted. So, Timo.
A little bit left.
Can you guys hear Jamie? I couldn't.
No.
Can't
I
hear you,
cannot.
Jamie. Let's see. Are you muted in?
But but Jamie, I just had a similar issue with G-Chat. It did like a weird thing and swapped my mic around. And I reset. I basically undid it, did it back, put it back the way it was supposed to be, and it worked.
There you
Yeah.
go. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you, George. That exactly did it. Okay. Yeah, I'll accept the thing. I didn't see any prompt.
No, I don't think you get to decide.
Okay. I see it now.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah. All right. So
Yeah, I
if-
basically made you go first.
well, I put myself in that position, so I
I
think
don't kill mind. No.
not at all. Brother Yoskin will actually go ahead and bring his sword towards the nearest creature.
Okay.
I'll call it.
Go
Yeah.
right ahead. So you race in and go ahead and make your attack. You should be able to click on
Nice.
the weapon that you're using.
On the weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's in. I think. Yeah. 15 damage. That's a lot of damage.
Whoa!
Yeah. That's
That's a lot of damage.
All
Nice.
right. So solid hit as you bring that down, Brother Yoskim. And it is, look at this. Okay, hold on. Does it have, no. All right. This thing is, these are, again, the animated hungry corpses of Teamsters. They are not warriors or anything like that. Look at that.
Wow.
Solid first hit. You
Wow.
send one of them staggering back. Then it is, let's see here. What does that do? So you've used your initiative. Oh, cool. So you click it off as you go.
You click on the tick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
nice.
All right, the monsters, they will not wait. So first, Brother Yoskim, you're going to be the first one here. The one that you hit, it is a grievous wound. Any mortal man would be dead by this thing, yet it still scratches at you. And unfortunately, you've used your action, right? So you can't dodge it. You are hit by this and taken from its scratching claws. Come on. For some reason, I thought I'd only need a D20 and a D6 because I wasn't paying attention. So, there we go. 3 points of damage. Your armor does apply. Let us know if it gets through your armor.
No.
Nice. Okay, so this thing is scratching like crazy on your armor. The second one screeches at you for hitting the other. Unfortunately, certain Indario is not in there, and this thing just kind of goes ape shit. To the point that as this thing, I guess it's the exposure of the blood from the other, it actually knocks that one down, killing it, and then continues to slash at you and destroys the chair. You take Only 1 point of slashing.
Nice.
But again, I guess your armor stops it. So this thing has completely lost any semblance of consciousness or whatever. You hear this from inside Sir Nindariel. What are you doing?
I burst forward.
Okay. What is your move? Are you slowed by your armor at all?
I am not slowed by my armor, but I have by Banes galore.
Okay. Nice.
I will attack it with my broadsword. This foul beast.
Yeah, I think you can easily close in on this thing.
Yeah. So my movement is 12. Sorry, just to.
Oh, great. Yeah. No problem getting in on. So you come charging in. Go right ahead. Give us your attack.
9 damage.
9 damage.
Nice.
Okay. Slam into this thing. Then it is Quirk.
I guess he hears commotion inside, right?
Yep.
Are these crows doing anything?
They seem to be circling right now. They have not yet done anything.
Right, he's gonna start moving. They might need our help, Magister Ugo. So he's gonna start moving towards the house.
Okay. You could, with spending your action to, I think it's dash, you could actually reach the threshold and see what's going on inside if you'd like.
He'll do that.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yep. And Magister Ugo, what are you doing?
I also have when Quirk kind of says what he says before he dashes in. I also agree that I'm concerned about those crows for a variety of reasons, not just what they're called when they're in a group, but for my own reasons backstory wise. So I think out of an abundance of caution, he kind of reaches in, like he's got, I think, layers of kind of robes and stuff. So there's all these hidden pockets where you can keep things. And out of one of them, he pulls out a holy symbol.
Okay.
And I don't think he knows necessarily what he's doing, but it's an instinctive thing. I guess I should ask this. Are the crows within about 10 meters or farther away?
They're about 60 feet up.
60
so
feet.
That's about 20 meters.
So no matter what, I couldn't get close enough to them to do what I want to do.
What are you thinking?
So I think I was going to try to cast a spell of banishing the undead, which is one of the things that I do, just based on like what my fears are about what we're getting ourselves into. But it's too far away.
Remind me, what happens if you
10.
Can you hold your cart between turns, like not take an action?
No,
No,
you basically
okay.
by the end of the turn you're done. But that's okay. So what I do is I think I pull the holy symbol out, so I'm ready.
Yep.
I realize, like, suddenly in that moment, like, okay, they're too far, which is not a bad thing. I don't want them to be close.
Yeah.
So instead, what I will just do is having this holy symbol out, I will follow Quirk and head toward. I'll use my movement. Which I don't think is quite as far as the others. My move is 10. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So I'll move 10 meters closer and keep my eye on the crows.
Yeah, you're about one distance away from where Quirk is, and the other two have run into the bothy itself. That is the end of round 1. Let's reshuffle. So
Nice.
Here we go.
Great.
Reset the initiative order. Motherfucker. There we go. Let's see how fast I can do it. 1.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
Wait, what just happened there? What?
A lot of unnamed people who are.
Name. What?
Now I'm getting worried.
Yeah, what is going on? Here we go. Why don't we... Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Here, let me get rid of the unnamed ones. I have no doubt it's a problem between keyboard and chair here, but...
I mean, we played so many games on Roll20 that we know when there's sheets that work perfectly and sheets that don't.
Yeah.
This is
I've never played on Roll20 with this game. I've always played on Foundry.
Me same. Now that you say that. Oh no,
Okay.
I ran it in Alchemy actually.
Okay.
And I was doing it all by hand. I just had my actual cards.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd kind of almost prefer it had something like what do you call it? Like the Free League ones where you're actually like manually drawing cards. The other Free League
that's
games.
what I was just gonna say.
use zero
Yeah, I
ones?
was just gonna say that, Kevin. I'm surprised that they don't have that here, because that would make it'd be helpful for sure.
I don't doubt they were trying to do something kind of special with it, because clearly this is a fair bit of effort to do this.
Sure.
It's nice to have the visual representation on the canvas, so we can decide whether we want to swap things like that.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I can see why they've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So unfortunately, the monsters are up first, guys. What do I mean? Unfortunately, you didn't see my little woohoo, right? I was muted for that. The crows have a move of 24. And Ugo is alone in the open. They come down. Now, did I remember to... Let's see here. Did I save it under crows or murder? So it's a question of the description or the intent. What did I mean...
Probably both.
Here we go. I have... Oop, that's the crow woman. This one's actually pretty cool. Let's use this.
So I will just let you know ahead of time, Kev, in case you change anything.
Yep.
I'm going to use my action, use up my action for the turn.
Yep, to surrender and become a crow?
To surrender, become a crow. I want to join the crows.
Yep.
Yes, I start going like this and pretending. No, but I that is my plan. My plan is going to be to try to sort of to evade this attack.
Oh, God. Remember, you only have to make that decision if I hit.
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's right. You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Fair.
So when I
It's
tell
nice to
you,
have a game where they're very specific about that.
Yeah.
It's really clear in the text.
Yes.
You.
Yep.
okay, let me roll a d6 here and see what is going on. Oh, yeah. You're probably
That sounds good.
You're probably gonna want to avoid this.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna try.
Okay, go ahead.
Here we go with my evade roll.
Yeah.
Which I did not make.
You want to push that? Wait, can you push combat
yes, I
ones?
do.
Yeah.
You
You
can.
can? Okay.
You can. And incidentally,
so-
you can pick any condition.
Yes, I was just gonna mention that too.
As
As
long
long
you
as the
can
GM,
raise it.
yes, as long as yeah, exactly what Graham said.
What do you think?
So. I think, and this is what, by the way, just to point out to people who maybe haven't played this game, this is one of the things when I played it the first time, that I really thought was fun. Because it gave that kind of a role-playing element to the gamist elements of it, which is fun.
Which are you picking?
I think that I am going to be, I think I'm dazed. And the reason is that, I feel like they're just coming at me. Like, and I'm just like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm just like, so I'm going to take off my dazed.
Okay.
But I'll push the roll first. Let's see. Does this let me push? Let me see. That was a push. Yes. Okay, great. I still failed.
Okay. So then.
And let me click off my daze here.
That is 8 points of damage, Ugo.
Man. Okay. That's not great for me.
Would you give us another evade roll, please?
Sure. Of course. Now it's I'm rolling with a Bane. Failed that. I'm an old man. Come on.
Yep. Would you give us a
Kevin? What you said? You said 8 points of damage, correct?
8? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah. And they are swirling. Like, Quirk, if you can hear the cry of Ugo as he's being hit by this thing, they have completely swirled around him.
I only feel good because I was not wrong.
You were very not wrong about this. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so the... oh, no, they didn't get the result that I thought. Okay, so that hurt. Then
Yeah.
it is Cern and Dariel.
Is it not the ghoulie thing?
Oh, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
Sadly.
this thing, what's it going to do? What's it going to do?
Well, I've just twonked it one.
Ooh. So this thing cranks its head back and screeches out to a sound that is heard, and it sounds more like a augmented, and it's like a human voice, but also the caw of a crow, as if it is screeching. I need both Cernan Dariel and Brother Yoskin to give us a will, I think, check. Is that what it is?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. To avoid fear. Both of you were good. And then also, Brother Yoskin, you could, if you had failed, you could have spent your 2 willpower to make yourself fearless. Because you got that talent. Yeah, and I think it sounds as if this is echoing off away from the both in the direction of the what do you call it? The abandoned stable. And that's where we would see something else look up. Its mouth full of blood and fur. And it is interested in running back to the... It sounds like it's a dog, too. Now it is... who am I missing here?
Oh.
Brother Yoskin, Cernan Dariel, Ugo, you didn't get a card.
No, yeah, I did. So, but I used it up when I took that action to evade.
Right. That's why. Okay, got it.
So basically, what happens is, it works great. I was testing this when when you went on to the next person. You click the button that says remove, which means you took your action. And it takes you out.
Okay, I thought I fucked up.
Yeah.
No, great.
Yep.
See, you could have gaslit me. You do another turn.
You do know me very well. I love to gaslight everybody.
Cernan Dariel, you were up. What are you doing?
I will strike this foe and try and finish it if I can.
Please do. Oh, you want to push it?
Damage.
That's a 19-year-old though.
Oh, my apologies. It gives you the damage anyway. Yeah. Even if you fail. Okay. Fine.
It likes to taunt that way. So.
Well, I shall be angry. I'm angry that I've failed, and I want to dispatch this beast.
Please do.
Before it may harm my associate.
Remember, Ugo, you had I believe you did your first act push already. You could have used your free reroll. So if you want to take away that dazed result, and if anyone else has their free reroll, feel free to use that.
Oh, so do I, but never mind. I'm going to be angry.
Yeah, okay.
But I still fail.
Oh, shit. Okay, so you swing.
17 and 19.
Then you have your reroll, so if you want to use your reroll...
I could. Well, in which case I would. I mean, I'll take it out.
There you go.
There you go. 10 damage.
All right, and that is enough to bring this thing howling into the ground. Brother Yoskin, you're up next.
All right. I am gonna try to broadsword the other creature.
So there's nothing left that's in here right now. The other one that is the token on there is actually outside. It responded to the cry of the other one. But what you can see in here. Very briefly, this will not take your action. If you look in the hearth, there is something smoldering in there. Allow me to show you what is the source of that.
Oh no!
Blue, baleful light.
Ooh. Okay.
Blue flower.
So you see that, and then you look outside. Ugo, Quark is on the threshold of getting into the bothy. In the yard outside, Ugo is just like, getting surrounded by these things.
Yeah.
I think that the reckless paladin, given the significance of this, would try to grab it.
Yeah. So you plunge your hand in and grab this thing, and what happens is, when you try and pick up burned bits of paper, when it still seems to have its shape, but as soon as you touch it, it just crumbles away to nothingness. That is what happens with this. It is ashes in your hand. And your imagination may be playing words with you, or it's the ringing in your ears of that thing, but you think you can hear a cruel woman's laughter briefly. As it echoes and disappears in your hand. The light, incidentally, Sir Nindariel, has gone out in here.
Right.
Quirk, what are you doing?
Well, I see. I don't know what can I do about those crows. I don't know what to do with those crows.
What do you want to do narratively? We'll figure out.
I mean,
shoo them away. Yeah, shoo them away, I guess.
Like basically, mechanically, swarms in this work just like they do in like D&D 3.5. You just do half damage to them.
I mean, fire, I guess.
Do you have any abilities that would assist here?
Can gifted orator? No.
Disability.
So.
You don't know. Don't undercut yourself before you even try.
Yeah, so what that would do is a boon on all rolls for allies or a bane for all enemies. These don't roll attacks, so that won't necessarily help you, but giving a boon to everybody until the start of your next turn?
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
If you want, so that would be 3 willpower, and what do we see?
He's going to kind of tell a tale, a battle tale, and, akin to, Mark Antony's speech. And Julie Caesar, but of course,
Friends, Romans, Gloomshirans, lend me your ears.
Imperials.
Carl, he died on his own sword.
All right, that brings us to the end of the round, guys.
Awesome.
I'm going to try hitting something else here. Wait, no, that removed it last time.
See what happens.
That redraws it.
Okay.
Will is the blue, blue one, right?
Here, let's see here. Dag. Hey guys, try clicking on your token and then hit that button. Hit the draw initiative button.
Okay.
Let me reset.
Okay, so click.
It's not giving me.
So it's the one on
the
the left of it. If you, there we go. So certain Dariel showed up as well as a.
Wait.
I clicked and I pressed the draw and I seem to have come in.
Okay, so why don't you guys each do that? Click on your token, then go to the party sheet and the button to the left that says Draw Initiative. Click that.
Yeah.
That works. Okay.
So I'm gathering, Kevin, that these are Ferocity 1 beasts.
These are, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Don't give him ideas, Grant.
Sorry, I just want to make it worse for ourselves.
I will say, as a GM, that's one of the things I like about this system the most is the Ferocity 2 and 3 monsters.
Okay, who are we missing? Quirk, we just need you to click on your token and then click on that button to the left of the initiative, the Draw Initiative in the party sheet.
And I will say, even though I think, and Kevin, you mentioned this the last time we played, you as a player played, this differentiation between monsters and NPCs as adversaries is a little bit wonky. I will say, as a designer, it's a bit wonky, and I wish that was somehow resolved. But when I'm up against a monster, it does feel scarier to me as a player, because I'm like, shit.
It's very easy and very fun as a GM, I will say. This has been a lot of fun for this. Okay, so sadly, tragically, catastrophically, the monsters act last in this round. So, Sir Nundariel, what are you doing? And remember, if you want to swap your order, I'm not saying you're going to do that. If you do want to do that, just go ahead and do it.
What I will do. So I think, am I right? Was Brother Yoskin making his way out already? Was he already?
No, he actually he saw something. Yeah, strangely, he plunged his hand into the hearth, and then whatever was giving that light off just went out in there.
Well, as the monsters are last, swapping is probably a little bit less critical. So, on that basis, Nindariel will sort of whirl round and move his 12 into what might be the new battlefield outside.
Okay. So you race. So that'll be just your move to get out there, and then what action would you like to take, if any?
Well, am I within contact of anything at the moment?
Both the swarm and of crows, or the murder of crows, and Ugo, if you'd like to.
Okay, so I will. There's another one of these ghoul things, is there?
It has not made itself available. This is sort
In
of
which
an
case, I will
audience
attack
reveal
the
more so
murder
than...
of crows. I will
Okay.
slice away at the and I will foul beasts. That's a hit for 13.
Nice.
Slashing.
Okay.
Halved, I guess.
I'm assuming this game rounds up because it does seem player friendly that way.
That's probably right.
So that is many of them are going down under Sir Nindariel's blade, but there still is a lot that are surrounding here, and those tearing talons are very painful, as Ugo will tell you. Ugo, you're up next.
Okay, so I'm being swarmed by these things. I already thankfully had my holy symbol out.
Sorry, guys, as a reminder, sorry, you're also rolling with boons because of Quirk's soliloquy.
oration, yeah.
You want to give us a D20 roll, Sir Nindaro? You might get a dragon on it.
Just roll 1d20.
Yeah, to see if you get a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No.
Sorry, George, your turn. What are you doing?
So I'm just being like destroyed by these things, and I kind of barely. I think maybe there's like a wall or something I kind of brace myself against, just trying to keep myself standing because I am
the
really.
way you described it, you're in the middle of a field. Remember?
I haven't gotten that. That's right. I was thinking I was moving toward it, but I didn't get all the way there. Right. So I think I'm just like bracing myself, widening my stance.
Yeah, on your
just to
staff,
try
maybe?
to get pummeled. Exactly. And I kind of hold my holy symbol up and say, "It's of the blue rose, I banish thee."
Okay.
And so I'm going to cast banish, but I'm going to cast it at a power level of 2.
Okay.
Which is going to cost me 6. It's going to cost me 4 willpower.
What's
the
the
2 just gives me some extra damage.
Remind me again. What's the restriction on
Yes.
on spending power?
No restriction, except
Okay.
there's only 3 power levels total.
Okay.
So it's 1, 2, or 3.
It's
and
just that you can't
each
start
one
with rank 2 spells. Is that it?
Oh, in the beginning, when you. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Correct. You can't start
Okay.
with rank 2 spells, but this is a rank 1 spell, but you can upcast it basically if you want to even be like think about
Yep.
it D&D wise.
Go right ahead.
So it's 2, and then it's 2 willpower per power level, so it costs me 4. But
right
I think it's
ahead.
worth doing. So it's an animism roll. So
I think if you click
here
on the
it comes.
spell, it should actually roll it for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't even go down there. I didn't even go to spells.
Spells are under the abilities on the left side of the character sheet.
Yes, yes, you're totally right. You might. I can do it over there. Banish. There we go. I think this will. What power? Oh, great! This is awesome. Actually, she's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. So I rolled the 4, which is great. I did 15 damage by upcasting it. Basically, it's going to do
These are
15
roll
damage.
right?
It does it right there. That's the 15 on the bottom.
No, 15 is what your
What about for
animism
you?
is. 15 is
Oh,
what you were rolling against
you're
your
right.
animism.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised it doesn't roll it automatically. Interesting. What does this do? Oh, that's a push. I guess I have to roll it
So
by hand.
that'd
So
be
it's-
3d8 then.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's weird.
It is
Like, you
weird
can
a
set it
little
up
bit,
with
but,
to auto roll by using square brackets. It's just I didn't do it.
Yeah. No. It's good. 15.
What does it look like as these just are burned away by your banish?
I think that it's almost like they're sort of a bluish fire that erupts inside them where their heart would have been, and just like consumes each one of them, and they go and they drop out of the sky as these kind of blue embers, and then but by the time they reach the ground, they're gone.
If Brother Yoskin was to look out from inside, he would see that it's the same ashes almost. that the blue rose had disappeared into.
Yeah, that was a trigger for me. The blue rose part of it was like, oh no, this is bad news.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Then, Quirk Goldtongue. Now, because it doesn't trigger until your turn, you could swap places with Brother Yoskim and have him go first.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
We'll switch.
So click on the switcheroo thing there, and then just select Brother Yoskim as the one that you want to switch to.
Okay. Did it do that? Oh. It's not giving me that option.
If you clicked on the little swirly circle thing, there's a pop-up that shows up that allows you to pick.
Yeah, it says input value.
No. Is there... Here.
All right, switch on the...
if you scroll down, undefined, then there's Brother Yoskim as one.
I found it.
Okay, good.
Got it. Okay. Yep, I did it.
What's going on here? Cancel. There we go. Excellent. I don't know why it keeps populating so many unknowns in here. It's got to be some kind of coding error in this, but...
I think you're just messing with us.
Yeah, really. Brother Yoskin, you're up next. What are you doing?
Brother Yoskin will run outside of the building towards the murder.
So basically, as you make your way outside, you reach there. You see Ugo calls out. What was it again, George?
Back to where you came from, beasts of the Blue Rose.
So you hear that, and then all of the crows just dissolve into, from the start of their hearts to blue light, and then the same ashes that were falling out of your hand when you touched the blue rose just cascades down as if petals falling out to greet you. You still have an action. You were just past Quirk outside. You cannot see any other adversary yet.
Think.
He said, "Yeah." He's just,
Yet.
Yeah, I guess that if I can't see anything else, I'm not going to do anything else here. He'll just again just try to observe what's going on with the blue flower. Even the ash in his hand. He might even be looking down in his hand to see the ash that was there.
Now, guys, am I right in thinking that he can hold his card to use as a defense still?
If it's in the same round, yeah.
Yeah. So you could just hold your card then, Yoskim, for fear of there being something else. Okay, Quirk, you're up. What are you doing?
Wow, he's gonna go out and I don't know if he has any ability to. Nope. He's gonna go out and see how Hugo is doing.
Ugo's looking a little beaten up.
Yeah, I don't know what we can do with that.
Oh, in fact, you don't hold. If you wait, you swap your card with somebody else.
But if you've moved before, because he did move.
you actually.
Is that right?
You pick up your action as soon as you move, Graham. Right? As soon as you do something on your turn, that's it. You lose it. You did it.
That is right. Yeah. I think your choice is if you want to wait, you can, but you've got to do that by moving yourself down the order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quirk, do you have any healing?
I don't know. There's no like? I do, but it's not.
No, it's first aid's only at 0. Never mind. Okay.
Okay.
Then, unless there's anything else you wish to do, it is this thing comes screaming out from that that stable. It isn't able to reach you, though. It does need to spend both actions getting into melee with Nindariel and Ugo. So, let's clear the deck here, and then everyone go ahead and... I'm just going to manually delete all these and hope that will...
I think what we're supposed to do, Kev, that makes it easier for you, is once we do our turn, we click the X. So that way, by the end of their turn, you are...
do you actually have to take yourself off? Right.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay.
Right, let's do that.
So let's try that. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Nope, still a billion names in here.
I clicked myself. But...
It is scary. Watch them all populate. Like,
Oh, and there's an error here because we got two of the same.
I don't know why.
Oh,
You
yeah.
click on the,
That can't happen.
Yeah.
Want me to redo it, Kev? I can redo mine.
I'll redo mine. Wait, 7? What the fuck? Yeah, this is just completely busted. Oh my god.
That's weird.
You know what I might do is I might just drop, like during our mid-session break, I'm just going to drop one of the cards, or one of the card options from like Alien in here, and we can just draw the cards manually.
That's a great idea.
Good move.
Yeah, that'll be easier than this for the next fight. So, Ugo, why don't you, do you want to redraw, or do you want me to redraw? I'll leave it in your hands.
No, let me redraw. Okay, great. I'm out. Yes, I'm not there anymore, so great. Here we go. I'm going to redraw. Let's see what comes up. It's going to be the same number,
Yeah.
Oh my god, when I did it, look at that. A bunch of names, unpopulated.
Yeah.
Or random. But
you guys are
I got a better
before.
roll, so
Awesome.
give me that.
All right, so then, Sir Nindariel, this thing is...
I will meet it in the field of battle and smite it with my great blade.
Go right ahead. Oh.
I will fail again.
Okay, do you want to push that?
Yeah, of course I do.
Nice.
I am disheartened. I'm disheartened at my lack of alacrity and power of my blows, and so I press that, and I have another go.
Come on.
Or do I press it on here? Do I press it?
I think the little
thing on here?
the little reroll symbol there.
Yeah. Yes, that's the push. Is that?
There you go.
Okay, 10 damage.
Okay, so
Nice.
you sink your blade into this thing. Again, another mortal wound on a mortal man. This is no mortal man.
No.
Ugo.
I am switching with Quirk because Quirk has been so helpful in making sure we have better chances of surviving this.
Okay.
So there we go.
Okay. Quirk, you're up next.
Quirk also has knives. How do those work? I mean, I know you stab with them, but does my bonus damage apply for that? Or
You should just click on your the weapon knife, and it'll make the attack roll for you. It'll factors everything in that you need.
Cool. Let's try it. Well, sorry to disappoint you, Best Hugo, but I'm just going to stab things. All right. And what I roll?
That is a miss.
That's good.
Yeah. No,
That's a
you
miss.
Push.
you could push it and just select a condition for yourself.
Angry.
Sure.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, and just click that, and then
Click the little reroll. Yeah.
Click the reroll.
At the bottom. Yeah, there you go.
And that is a hit. 4 points of damage. Nicely done. Wow. Brother Yoskim.
All right, Brother Yoskin is going to run towards this thing as well, and let's see. Yeah, I think he'll just swing his broadsword at it as well.
Okay. You could also, I mean, this thing is pretty easy, but your divine cross ability that sends a burst of holy power in the direction does do double damage to undead.
I thought about that, but it would be might be better if it were more than one of these as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
Did I hear a request?
Don't
Go ahead and
read
make
into
your
the block.
attack.
Don't read it. Yeah.
Solid hit. So what does it look like as this thing goes down?
Oh, I think that just the weight and heft of this broadsword just completely shatter and crumple this this creature over to its side and spray whatever fluids are left in it as it falls to the ground.
And with that falling to the ground, silence once again falls over this place. Not even the sound of a crow's beating wings can be heard. So you all look at one another and realize perhaps now would be a good time for a mid-session break.
Perfect.
We'll take our mid-session break, folks.
Worked out.
We'll come back and see what happens next. So for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hey, everybody. Okay. Let us see if we have a deck set up in here already. It'll be under here. Playing card safety decks. Okay, not there yet. So, let's head on over to Roll PC. Hey, everybody in chat. Hope you're having a great weekend thus far and staying warm wherever you are. It is cold, cold, cold here today. All right, let's do this. I may need to refresh the browser in order to make this change become effective. All right. Here we go. Game add-ons. Let's add on. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Not that. So there's the Deadlands deck. Dragonbane Companion add-on. Huh. Well, let's try this here. Here we go. And let's see. Okay. Hide. All right, so it's going to be an alien deck for the next time we have a scrap, guys, but I have a initiative deck now that'll go 1 to 10. So we won't have duplicates again, and then we'll just swap as you guys say. I know we got to talk then, but you know.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
I know. Kev, this game sucks. Hold on. All right, so then, guys, I think everyone. Let's see, recall all. Great. Okay, we're good to go. Everyone's back. So, the last of these things has fallen. The silence has fallen on the road to Gloomshire once again. The Bothy has those 2 corpses in it. There's the one at Brother Yoskin's feet. And sun is going down. What are you guys doing? Oh, you're muted, Carl. So, let us toast Tabo.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you think it is safe enough to camp here?
We should at least take a short rest. I'm not feeling very well. And
It's
I'm
a
kind of staggering a bit.
stretch. Is that what's called this game?
It's a
Yeah.
stretch rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or a short rest, if you must.
I do like the idea that it's just a matter of like, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's go. So I suppose the question is to travel in the dark for another full day and arrive at Gloomshire exhausted because it is another day's travel.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Or do you hunker down? I guess one thing is, what is the look on Brother Yoskin's face right now? Because he did see something that no one else did.
He has turned from a little bit maybe more disinterested and doing a job in the beginning to now being really emotional, a little bit more involved, and wanting to get to Gloomshire. So he's definitely eager.
What does he say?
So the crows and the flowers are a connection to my past, and the Order of the Blue Roses is a faction of paladins that I follow, and seeing signs of both crows and the blue rose are meaningful. I feel like there's something more ahead, something lies ahead for me.
Your spirit and conviction is strong, my friend, but our bodies are weak. We must rest if we are to be effective when we get to Gloomshire itself.
Yes, I would agree, and I would only suggest that even the greatest paladins have fallen in the past. You may know of who I speak, one named Corbin. If you feel at all, at any point, that you are succumbing to that desire, let us know. We can help you, bolster you. We will keep you on the side of life against the demon goddess of war and death. Do you know of what I speak, Brother Yoskin?
I choose not to follow Corbin's footsteps. I shall show more prudence. I think rest is the right choice.
You must follow those of you who did what was right in the time. Fiona is the one we must all hope to be. Do you know her story?
I know she was born from the ashes of the blue flowers. Not much more.
What's most important is to know that she was always loyal to the Lightbringer. And without her, much would have been lost in this world. And she gave her life in exchange. But we have another chance now between the choice Corbin made and the choice Fiona made. Feel it is all stirring, especially given those crows and the blue rose, as I feel you are familiar with.
Yes, I am, and I will not follow Corbin's footsteps. I will not be corrupted.
But we all may be corrupted. It's not just about you. But if we stick together, I feel we will have our best chances of staying the path. Now, whose bag of gold is this?
So, what do you guys do next? Sun is going down. If you wish to try and make this both habitable, you can just give us a bushcraft roll with a boom.
Does anyone do this sort of thing? I don't sweep things up particularly.
Who has bushcraft?
I do, so I can attempt to do so. And especially because I am definitely injured and feeling it, I feel like I would look for what the options were.
Okay. Go ahead and give us.
Here we go.
Sure, with a boon.
With a boon. Okay, great. Let me add that
That's
in
nice.
there. Okay, great. And bushcraft. Just missed it. You know what though? I'm gonna push it because I actually wound up not pushing my last one. And I'm gonna say I think disheartened is also so the last thing I wanted to happen was to discover that there was remnants of undead and the blue rose in the past here. So I'm gonna give myself the disheartened condition and I will push. Let's see what happens. Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay. You guys will fully be able to, for one, you can take your stretch rest first. 'Cause you
Awesome.
have not taken that today.
Are we staying here for a full rest?
Yes.
So it's a shift. Going for a shift rest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get all your? Oh, you get all your hit points and willpower back. And
It's a real
Yes.
IV style rest.
yeah. Okay. So tell me what do you guys intend on doing to secure this place? Ugo, you have found enough to be able to get a proper fire going in there. Yoskin, you may actually spare a look over at it looks different now that there's an actual fire in there, but I think that image will not, will haunt you for some time of what you did view in there. But what do you guys do?
Secure the shutters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to search around to see if there's any other beings, dead or alive, or undead or alive, in this.
Bothy itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is absolutely free of it. Whatever this farm place is, they unless they are digging into the cellar underneath, then which is potentially possible.
So I will just say to the party, I feel we are safe here from what I can see.
Shutters are secured. The door, fortunately, was sturdy, so though Brother Yoskin is quite mighty, it wasn't like knocked off its hinges or anything like that. So you're able to secure it.
As luck would have it, a master carpenter built this door. Damn it.
Then, what do you guys do for your evening?
Perhaps a tale or a song? Quirk.
Yeah, I could do that. Maybe it'll bolster our spirits in this gloomy place.
Okay. What do you tell them about?
What am I talking to? Oh, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell them the tale. It's an older tale. Yeah, it's not so much in fashion anymore. But I tell them the tale of the doom of Count Rizgan. Roughly a decade ago, I'm sure you saw this play. But it's kind of dated in the capital, but I still love this tale. So I tell them the tale of the doom of Count Rizgan, I guess maybe inspired by this similar tale of the Blue Rose.
So, Ugo, you've now suddenly put the face to the name because you saw him perform the Doom of Count, whatever it was, long ago.
Doom of Count Rizgan, yes.
Rizgan, there you go. So, and Quirk, am I correct that you play all parts?
I can play all the parts. Yes, I jump around. It's a little harder when there's like a chorus-like scene, but
Sure. Why don't you
figure it out.
Give us what is it, performance? Give us a performance check, please.
Is it performance? It's going to be horrible, I'm sure. Because luck on roll 20 and stuff. But, why is this thing still up? All right. Performance. I hope he has a good. He does have a good performance.
Mhm.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You're a thespian. Look at that.
Oh, it's
So-
almost perfect.
Wow.
Almost.
Here's what everyone can do. Everyone can clear a condition because they're so inspired by Quirk's incredible, like chameleon-like ability to transform from one. You genuinely would think there is a troupe performing
Like a-
before you.
Yeah, like I do like especially when there's like a conversation, I go like this for one actor, and then I turn my head around and it's another actor, and I even have if it's a male or female, I even have like a mustache.
So
He's a silly thespian.
Quirk, truly, Ugo, you have no doubt. Yeah, I mean, you saw him with a full troop of individuals before, but yes, you know precisely who Quirk is now. I mean, what the hell is he doing on the road? Why is he with you guys? Is a good question, but
Right. Exactly.
anything else?
Material for my great magnum opus.
Yeah.
If you are wondering. Of course, see, look, I can play all the actors. Why do I need a troupe?
Precisely. Anyone else have anything happen, or they wish to have happened while you were staying in the Bothy?
No, I'm going to focus on rest.
Okay.
I do bring up the Van Waldens again after my performance, and I say the Van Waldens are very, they're keen patrons of the arts, and it'd be great if I could. I'm just practicing for you because I'd love to recapitulate this one Mallard show in front of the Van Waldens, if you would indulge me. When we get to Gloomshire.
The Van Waldens.
Performance, of course.
Everyone can give us a Myths and Legends check if you'd like. 19.
Oh.
Good
Hold on.
golly.
Brother.
Gotta get rid of my boon.
Sir
Here we go.
Dario, for whatever reason you came across, and Ugo, both of you would know the Von Waldens. They are the noble family that holds Gloomshire. So
Right.
Gloomshire is a noble holding of them. Who Quirk keeps talking about is this Van Walden, the noble family that controls the lands around Gloomshire. Mm-hmm. You also can see that on the outskirts, on the outside of this Bothy, it is desiccated and whatever else. But as you were cleaning it up, both Sir Nindario and Magister Ugo, you would notice that their markings, they're the ones who sponsored this Bothy. Does not seem that they're taking very good care of it, but
Well, they may have their reasons.
yeah. So Sir Nindario fades into his meditative state, which you know you will not be able to disturb him from. Does anyone else have anything else they wish to do before you set in for the evening? Nada?
I think we're gonna turn in.
But I think Brother Yoshin would be looking into the fire a little bit, looking for answers, trying to piece together what these recent signs mean for him and his order. So he might do that as he's on watch, or even as he's drifting off. That'll be where his head's at.
Okay.
Yeah, you might hear Sir Nindariel just sort of mumble, "Now let us see what my dreams bring," as he goes into this kind of repose of concentration and stillness.
Ugo, anything you?
I think that I'm very disturbed by the realization of what may be going on here. That's worse than I thought. And so I'm slowly kind of coming out of that, thanks to Quirk. Not to mention the fact that I feel very ill after that insane swarm attack. So I think he's being... Normally he'd be more verbose, but I think he's being more quiet and introspective at the moment as he's parsing through all these kind of pieces of history and what's happening now. So I think he's kind of you know, if we have some kind of fire, he sort of, you know, he would be back up a little bit, and just like flame playing across his face as his mind is working through all of these things.
And Quirk, how does he feel after having given such a stirring performance?
Very encouraged by this journey, despite a few setbacks. This is kind of what he's looking for, adventure. He's got, he's got some inspiration for his next scene in which the heroes, take on the foul undead. Now he's got like Blue Rose and Corbin. He's like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
Nice. He is full method.
We will have a revival of these old tales. Anyway, he's thinking something else, but he can't share that with the group.
Okay. Why don't you give us a bluffing check, and why doesn't everyone else give us a awareness check? See if Quirk has the look of the cat that ate the canary. I know he's a mallard,
right,
so it'd be difficult for him, but...
Well...
That'd be like cannibalism. I'm pretty good at bluffing.
Okay.
You think you are?
I think I am.
No, but Quirk rolled lower than what Ugo did, so...
You did. You're right. Yeah.
Keep your secret stuck.
That's because I did.
So,
Who said that?
Brother Yaskin.
Brother Yaskin says,
brother, I have no secrets. I'm just a survival. I'm just a survivor.
well, your performance was inspiring.
Oh, thank you very much. Because I will name you in my play.
So
brave brother Yoshin. I like it. I like the alliteration.
So then, you are all able to conclude a rest, so everyone can clear your conditions, restore your.
Great.
Yeah.
If you just click on Shift, it'll do it for you.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah. Sort of bottom rightish above the willpower points block.
Oh, yes. Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
That's great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Then, Sir Nindario, what is it that we see on your face, I suppose, as you meditate?
If anyone's looking, what you see is instead of the avowed serenity that comes with inner peace, which I'll just throw into the chat so you know what it does, which is the sort of the way that the elves sort of effectively meditate deeply and regenerate through dream. There is a furrowed brow. Occasionally, it's like sometimes you see people dreaming and they sort of say things. I think occasionally, rather than the quiet serenity of inner peace, you can hear him sort of mumble, "No, not her, not her." Something about chaos and demons sort of gets mentioned, and sometimes his eyes will just crinkle up. And so it goes.
Well, I was going to say, might I suggest that he says it in Elvish, and only Ugo would understand it.
Okay, yeah.
Does that work?
So that works. But certainly, it doesn't look quite as peaceful as you might expect.
So Ugo, as you're contemplating things, you would hear that come from him. And I think you might have clicked on stretch rest instead of shift. Ugo.
Let me see.
Because you only got a couple of your...
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a little bit cut off. I thought the check mark was before. There we go.
Okay. Good. Quirk, you can get the full rest as well. Then, cold gray dawn comes.
Where is that?
Bottom of your character sheet, I think.
Oh, just to stretch, rest.
Shift. You just click on shift itself and does it.
Yeah, not to stretch, the shift rest.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay. Dawn comes. The hearth is ashes. You can each cross one ration off of your character sheet. What do you guys do? Oh, and would we'll start with Brother Yoskin. Would you give us a D8 roll, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Brother Yoskin, when you awaken, actually, here, let's do this. Why don't you give us a D4 roll, please? Okay. Dawn comes, and Brother Yoskin, perhaps you're the when you do you guys think he bothered? You must have had a watch over the night, right?
I would definitely have insisted on one. Given.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So perhaps it's Brother Yoskin, you when you were up for watch, as the dawn comes and you're maybe kind of watching for the light to come up, you began to hear, at first you thought it was just the sound of the floorboards, the sound of the rafters in here shifting, an older farmhouse that saw damage and trauma as of late. You realize that there's a sound you're hearing, and it's like the creaking of the limbs of a tree. If you were lying beneath one, you could feel it swaying in breeze, that bending of old wood. It's coming from somewhere in the woods. And you do not... it's just almost like a background irritant. And then your allies begin to, or your traveling companions at least, begin to rise. So you still hear it, but unless you tell me otherwise, we'll hear what you guys are doing to get ready for the day.
I think Brother Yoskin will mention that as dawn came, I heard noise, and I don't know if he even has a general direction, but he would want to encourage that we at least inspect that before we hit the road. It's an unsettling sounds.
Was it wolves again?
Just trees, I'm afraid.
Trees?
Something, I don't know, deadfall in the night, but I still would prefer to take a look.
Do you have a sense how far away from here? Is it in the direction we're traveling?
You can give us a will check, please, Brother Yoskin.
Nice.
So when you think about how far away it is, you realize that there is, perhaps this is your training from whoever you squired to, perhaps it's just your strength of spirit, but something is calling you, like compelling you. And it is not now that because you have resisted its call, it is not a pleasant sound. It is a malevolent pull from somewhere. And if you were to guess where, there is something with a dark heart that lurks in the wood itself. Not far, you feel.
It's not far. we should look.
Of course.
Agreed.
Lead on, I shall be by your side.
Very well.
How are you feeling, Brother Yaskin? You seem like you maybe did not sleep well or are disturbed in some way. I could be wrong.
I am just riddled by recent coincidences. I wonder if this third one answers some questions. I don't mean to derail our track to Gloomshire.
You are, of course, not. These are the things that we all look out for. However, just given our previous conversations, I am only asking in case you need any sort of, I will call it personal support. We know what has happened in the past.
You're right. Keep all eyes on me. I mean not to lead us to harm's way.
I have foreseen your fate. You will not lead us to harm's way. Trust in yourself, and we will have your back at all times. You can count on us. We need your leadership. We trust in the paladins of the Blue Rose. We trust in Fiona and what she believed in. You are the one who follows in her footsteps.
If the faithful stand watch. And
So-
he'll lead on.
Okay. So you can feel you're going to have to imagine entering the clearing here and then heading directly into those woods behind.
Do we, Kevin, before I should have asked this, do we see in, the limited horizon that we can see from this point, because we're kind of a little bit of an open area, any other murders of crows?
Once again, when you step out, it is dead silent again.
But like not even in the distance from what we can see, it's like
Nothing wheeling in the sky. No crows.
Literally did murder me. So
yeah, I would understand your reluctance, carefully stepping outside.
Exactly. Like the bird. Oh God,
They're coming for you.
it's true. Okay.
So,
Great.
Then I think we are going to have to get is it bushcraft to keep track of to avoid getting lost?
I believe so. Graham, do you
Yeah,
remember?
I think that's right, yeah.
Okay. So who would like to give us the bushcraft roll to be able to find your way back? Because you are full on bushwhacking in order to get here.
It seems to me that it might be me, just because I'm old and I've been around.
Okay. How many times he makes that joke as an excuse? It is because I am old.
And it goes both ways. So I can get away with things, but sometimes it's true.
Yeah.
But not this time.
You gonna push it?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna push it, but before I do, let's make a choice here. I think in this case I'm exhausted because like I thought it was this way. I was like, oh no, I gotta go walk up that hill now. Oh God, and I'm like force myself off to get back up there to get a better vantage point.
And there you go. That's enough.
That's a better roll.
You
Okay,
will
great.
easily be able to find your way back to the clearing where this bothy is located. Brother Yoskin, you can give us a myth and legends check if you'd like, or I think religion is a separate one, isn't it? Or is it? No, it isn't. It's, religion is an optional one from the cleric profession. I think I would have given you a boon with this, so if you want to re-roll for free, you can.
Sure, let's try that. Don't put the boon on this one, just re-roll.
Yeah, just re-roll.
Right, I would effectively do it.
That's right,
Okay.
yeah. There you go. So, what you can hear as because you've resisted this, again, this is only you in your ear, but the call that is along here, you can hear that same mocking laughter from that cruel woman's voice. And it only kind of like will be heard and then is gone. And it is when you are making your way along. You can see that Ugo is struggling to keep up. Then Darial still seems indefatigable. Indefatigable? What the fuck? I can never say that word.
Yeah, that's a...
Indefatigable? Infatigable. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Right, okay.
I cannot get my tongue to wrap around that. Thank you. He is able to continue on. Doesn't mean I won't keep trying to use it. It just means that I'll fuck it up every time. And Quark is carrying on as well, too, seemingly in fairly good spirits with this. This is definitely the call. Someone has been mocking you with the symbol of the blue rose. Someone has been aware that you are returning. Now, this seems, it may not be your imagination that someone has been targeting you specifically to call. And you are not surprised at all when you go through these smaller, fairly upright trees. I know nothing about trees, so I don't know what kind of trees these are in the illustration. But what is before you is something very different. A massive, corrupted, and twisting oak. It seems more like a U instead of the straight, upright oak that it would be. But this thing has gnarled knots in the side of it, almost like cankers. And in the trunk of this ancient titan, there is a gaping aperture. It has opened.
That's all fine. I'm sure that's not a problem.
Seems normal.
Call for you, Brother Yoskin.
It's by itself, right? It's like there's not.
You sort of stumble down into that. Very much like the tree, but not a tree that's in what's his name, Sleepy Hollow. It'd be kind of like that. Burton's, yeah.
Okay.
That's what you could picture. So
creepy.
Are we able to see any other tracks near the tree?
Ooh, good question. Give us a tracking check. The earth is quite loamy here, so you can give us roll that with a boon.
So I don't have tracking, but I do have an ability, I think, to spend some...
Sorry, I'm thinking of a different game. I think it's bushcraft or hunting and fishing, maybe. It's probably bushcraft, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Bushcraft? Okay.
Yeah, with a boon.
All right.
Nice. I will point out right now, because we've gone through it a few times, that what's different about what people are familiar with like D&D 5e, where you either have advantage or disadvantage or neither. In this case, in this game, you can have 5 boons and 2 banes, and you do the math, and then you wind up with 3.
Yeah, it's
so
like
that you can get
Shadow of the Demon Lord, kind of in that sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was exactly, and I always liked that about Shadow of the Demon Lord, and now watching you guys play Shadow of the Weird Wizard, like I think there's something fun about that, because you can like offset.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like 1-to-1. It's like you can offset things.
So, Brother Yoskin, you could push that, or you could try and. I mean, it doesn't seem like that's one of your strengths. No. Perhaps one of your allies may be more tutored in that.
I do have a adaptive ability where I can spend willpower to use a different skill.
Yeah.
Could I try that?
Awesome.
Absolutely. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
I think I'll go with
sword.
I attack everything.
Let's see, maybe myths and legends.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, what is that? 2 willpower? Yeah, awesome.
3.
Oh, 3 willpower. That's a rip-off.
Yeah.
Jeez. What I think you stop for a moment and then you look, and what you see scattered on the ground are black feathers. And you can see where they have fallen. It's almost as if they are scattered like petals following in the, or, you know, as if something to follow for a marriage walk or a bridal walk. And it leads all the way up to the aperture in the oak. And there are human-sized footprints, boots, that seem to lead directly up there. They are not very old. You just know that these are likely perhaps a couple of days, maybe a week. Someone walked this path recently directly into that thing.
So Brother Yoskin is pointing directly at these tracks so everyone sees the exact entrance that this person sort of took. And I think we'll maybe stand around the tree for now to kind of take a look together and see if we notice anything else unusual before we decide what our next move is.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do?
Anyone else know what's going on here?
So no, but don't tell Ugo about the feathers. You pointed out.
I definitely have had a reaction to that. So it's not wrong.
So
I think so. I will say that I'm just generally cautious at all, like more than the first 8 days of the journey.
yeah.
Where I wasn't being like reckless either, but I was sort of like just kind of normal. And now after this experience we just had, which is like my greatest fear, that this is what we may be getting ourselves into, I have now become a little bit quieter, a little bit less at pretending to be doddering and you know, kind of unable to intuit things and understand things. And the party, I would guess, probably recognizes that, but could attribute it to the fact that I almost got murdered just recently. But maybe it's picking up on the fact that I'm more serious and more
let's
measured.
see if we can accelerate his reaction. I saw what you put in chat there, Graham. Do you want to vocalize that as well? I'm not sure if everyone caught that.
Maybe not. I two things then. First of all, I will say probably under my breath slightly, but I know, but it's almost me calling out, almost a response. I will say, so Morrigan, you call us forth. I am not afraid, and that is why I am here. I say as I look around.
You speak of Morrigan.
I do.
You know of Morrigan, sir.
Oh, I do. She has a history with my order.
In what way?
She was turned and corrupted by chaos. She, if you like, dug too deep.
Yes.
She caused great loss and destruction in her wake. But she's become in some senses more powerful, but more constrained. And my fear is that the actions that we see and the effects that we see may in some way be a resonance of her vaunted power. Tell me, Magister Ugo, what do your arcane senses tell you, if anything?
It's maybe now that you noticed, Sir Nindario, what is the sigil that is on your shield?
Well, it looks like a griffin.
I believe it is a blackbird.
Is it a blackbird?
Or raven.
Interesting.
Raven. Oh, yeah. Well, it would be, I suppose, yeah. I am of the Order of the Ravens.
I see. You speak of the darkest of the dark, of the one who can twist desire for power.
Aye. She was favored by the Dark Masters and raised as a goddess in death.
And even worse, she took that power she had and she used it to twist the minds and the hearts of the greatest champions of good. That is a power beyond all monstrosities we may encounter. For it worked, and that is the great fear that perhaps it is returning to haunt our end.
I've had those dreams. Corrupted she may have done. And then she corrupted them in the lands now known as Gloomshire. And I sort of turned to the others and sort of realized that my words are probably unsettling them slightly, but I was saying, yeah. Yeah.
I think, Graham, I think you would notice that I won't speak for the others, but I'm not unsettled.
Right.
I am like zoned in, like
Right.
completely, like, I think previously maybe your perception of me was like, couldn't focus on anything at all. And this is like the opposite. Like I am so
Right.
honed on what you're saying. And for once I seem like, I'm not 75, I'm 25. Like I am literally on board with every word you're saying, picking it all up, like taking it all in, putting it all together. And ultimately at the end of that, I'm incredibly concerned by what you're saying. And I'm with you. I'm with you with all of your conclusions that you're making.
I quite like the fact that you've come alive as the trail of the conversation darkens.
It's a dark trail that we see ourselves winding down. I do not know what we will find when we arrive in Gloomshire, but I am sure it will be worse than we can even imagine.
That's why we've been summoned here.
Perhaps. You may be right. A ragtag group of people who others would have not paid much attention to,
Aye.
given the task preventing Morrigan from perhaps succeeding where she failed in the past.
Indeed. And you can see him sort of turning around, muttering, "Hero in 3 realms, my arse."
Awesome.
So, Brother Yoskin, I imagine that you are listening in on this, but there still is that call from this oak.
This demon goddess continues to call me forth.
Does she?
How do you feel about that? May we ask, Brother Yoskin? Do you feel compelled?
I'm not afraid, but I do not want to go alone.
You will not go alone. That is one thing you can always count on. We are with you. But what we need to know in order to help you and all of us and the greater world is how you feel about the lore that has been set out for you. And remember, it is a lore. This is not your fault in any way. This is what Morrigan does. Has done successfully with the greatest heroes of the aeons. So you are up against incredibly powerful desires. I would never cast aspersions on someone in any way, but in this case, the fact that you've resisted is impressive.
Do not go gentle into that good night.
Quirk gets his photo. We got to write that down. That's
That could be a play. Let's put that right in the middle.
I know she corrupted my ancestors, so I tread not lightly. But I don't know, Kevin, do you think it's appropriate that I would make some sort of will check here?
I think you've already succeeded in it, so totally your call how you want to role play it out. 100%.
Yeah, I think if he's succeeded, then he understands the temptation, and the appearance of it is not exactly straightforward. So he's probably exercising more caution here, not necessarily racing towards it, but not running from it either.
Let me ask you this, Yoskin. Perhaps this is what dawns on you. Whose footsteps are leading in there?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that's probably one of the things that would eat away at him and eventually just lead his own foot into the same print towards the same opening.
If you it's still like early in the day, so there is daylight everywhere, but the aperture does seem to go into some kind of like alcove or nave, and it's almost like the shadows are clinging darker in there. But if you had a torch or a lantern or something like that, perhaps you could illuminate more clearly what's in there. Or sorcery, for that matter.
I can assist you if you need it.
I have a torch, but sorcery is always cooler.
That's the quote from the movie. That is on the poster.
I assume, how like Quentin Tarantino has a bad motherfucker wallet. I assume that yours just says sorcery is always cooler, George. So
of course it is. We all have learned that over the past 10 years. Yes. So I cost me 1 willpower to cast some light. So I'll put it on. So, Jamie, do you have something you want me to cast that light onto? Because I can do it myself, but I can put on something I'm holding.
I have a
do for you.
Symbol.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Great. So I will reach my hand out and focus, and like a blue, like kind of like handprint of energy, like wafts off my hand and slowly makes its way to your holy symbol, and it's brilliant.
What do you think your holy symbol looks like?
It was the Temple of the Blue Rose, so I almost imagine like a sword that has like a hilt has like a rose shape to it.
Okay. So he has had before the symbol of the Lightbringer on it, but he now brings out the proper, actual one, and it is glows. And as you move your hand closer to try to illuminate in there, what you can hear is the twisting, creaking sound of roots pulling back. And what you can see is in the corner of one of these alcoves, because it's actually earth underneath there with the roots of perhaps the tree, perhaps something else. Whatever they are black and they are oozing. They pull back and reveal a corpse not more than a couple of days gone or fresh that seems to be wearing traveling raiments, but the traveling garments of an acolyte of the Lightbringer. The body is still suspended in there. It looks like there is a little traveling satchel that is in there, but it's almost like these roots are shrinking away from the light of your holy symbol. From the way that the others are squirming around in there at the side, I think you have no question as to what your fate would have been had your will failed you. What do you do?
That was close. May the light lead us. What else? What else do we notice about this person?
Well, there's
Were they similar to the ones we ran into before when we were on the road when we first met?
No, definitely the person, whoever this person was, it's a young human man. He probably was maybe in his early 20s. The way he is dressed is as a traveler, and while there is the black goo and whatever else on there, the clothes are quite well maintained, which makes you think he doesn't use it very often. This is not someone who's a courier, or at least a regular courier. The look of his, the cut of his hair and whatnot, this is someone, and the softness of his features, I guess, this is someone who is a temple priest, who is not a warrior, who is not this is a young person of the Church of the Lightbringer who was sent likely on some kind of task. The question is whether this road leads either to Gloomshire or to the junction that leads north and south. So was he going to Gloomshire, or was he coming from Gloomshire?
Can we take a look at that satchel he carries?
Yep. Give us a...
Yes.
Ooh, sleight of hand might work, or there's not really like a might skill, is there? I guess crafting might work that.
What is it you're trying to do? Sorry, Kelly.
You just give us a strength check instead.
Strength.
Yeah, I was just like, that's probably what
stat
it is.
check.
Because you're right. There's not really like a athletics or might kind of thing.
Yeah. So give us a strength check, please. Do you wish to yank that thing free, or do you want to yank the whole body free? Oh, even better. Well, here's what you do, Brother Yoskin. So with that good of a roll, you can do either. You can try and pull the whole body free using your symbol, or you could just yank the satchel free.
I'll pull the body free, knowing it was someone aligned with the Lightbringer.
Okay. You pull that out and bring him down, and what you can find is there's who is it? Ugo, who is training in healing? Did Quirk have your number?
No.
If it's bigger than like a 6, then that'll tell you got training in it. But
I do.
So, Brother Yoskin, at a glance, you can tell there's no obvious sign of fatal wound on this person. This isn't someone who necessarily was stabbed to death or crushed to death. The ribs still being intact. The body is not broken in any place. This is someone who just went in there, was consumed, and then died. So when you... Anna didn't like that. I'm sure he didn't feel much pain, Anna. It was awful. So when you set him down, you open up the satchel, and what you can find is there is actually a couple of pieces of correspondence that are in here, some letters. And one that seems to be a scroll that does seem to have the seal of a priest of the Lightbringer on it. I think she overheard what I said, guys. Sorry. It was terrible, Anna. I'm sorry, sweetie. If you look at the correspondence, they all seem to be addressed to specific individuals in pick whatever the name of the nearest large kind of city is. That's where these are addressed to. The scroll, however, you would need to break the seal in order to read it properly.
Who dares to peek at this?
You could actually, there might be something you could learn from the seal. I think, Brother Yoskin, you can give us a Myths and Legends with a boon. Sir Nindario, I think with a bane, same thing. Ugo, you could do it with just normal, and Quirk with just normal.
Okay.
The only reason you're willing to Bane certain Dario is just because you're an elf, and the frame of reference for this particular reference is maybe lost on you.
Which skill was it, sorry?
Myths and Legends.
Myths and Legends,
Yeah,
of
with a
course.
Bane.
And it's with a Bane, did you say?
Yeah. Oh!
Just gave you a demon.
Yeah!
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Okay. So I'm gonna...
Another thing to point out about the game, not to you, Kev, but to the audience, is that just so you know, everybody, there's rules in the rule book about how to treat demons and dragons. But if you look at the solo rules, there's some other ways you can use those things that are not related to combat, like in D&D, where it's almost always related to combat, where you can do things faster or whatever. Like it's there's some other potential options. Just FYI, which I only discovered by accident, and thankfully I did because it's one of the fun things.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look at that.
Okay.
In fact, I literally printed out all of these different things I discovered and made like a little bit, we all know these like GM screens you can make yourself.
Yeah.
So I made one for myself because every once in a while
very cool.
I don't play a lot of solo games, but this one is easy to play.
Yeah.
And of all games, this is the one I've played most, but now I'm excited to play the One Ring Moria solo. Even though Kevin hates that section, you knew I was going to go there. And you're not wrong, because they have that whole Strider mode.
Oh,
PDF
yeah. For including it in the book. Yeah, it just drives me nuts that they include.
Yeah.
But again, like they wouldn't include it if it wasn't popular, right? Like,
but you were in listening to you talk about it, because I wasn't on that particular stream. You're right. They had a separate PDF you could get on your, separate, and that's great. Like that's great. So it's always there. I don't know if you have to have it in the book. So like,
no.
They know what they're doing. Blah 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 blah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That Moria book is so great. Like I'm so excited about it that
here's what
I think I would like more.
Here's what you, Quirk and Brother Yoskin, what you recognize actually is the seals need to communicate more information than just if it was a family, like a noble family of a seal, there would be little differences in the crest itself that would tell you which member of the family may do that if they're of money. What you can see in here is there are markings that make this is a note from the priest of the Temple of Light in Gloomshire.
Interesting.
So this person must have been coming from Gloomshire when this occurred. And so if perhaps you mentioned that, Magister Ugo, give us a great curse of Morrigan's name, will you?
A great curse of her name?
Yeah, curse her name for having killed this young lad.
This demon bitch from the depths of hell has desecrated not only the life, but the spirit of this young, innocent child. And it will be remembered from now until eternity, so that she will be destroyed and none will ever let her return.
Would you give us an evade check, please?
I didn't know that's what was coming. Here we go. Thankfully, I leveled up a bit on this.
Oh.
What happens is there is a root that is in the ground right near where you were standing. You fortunately hear it. You guys are, I imagine, all a little surprised at how quickly this old guy can move when he needs to. But you step back, and a root would have grabbed you and hurled you across as this oak surges to the side and then immediately remains still. But that root would have gone up and crashed back down again.
So I just escaping this like terrible fate. Have got my hand, even unbeknownst to me, on my own holy symbol, not somebody else's, on my own, and demon of hell, and I'm actually really flustered. Whereas up until this point, I've either been kind of doddering or kind of seeming wise about things and like unperturbed about things. And this is the first time I think I'm like really like disturbed by what just happened.
Okay. Then, what do you guys wish to do? The tree makes no other hostile motion towards any of you, but Brother Yoskin, given your sort of connection to it, the feeling of malevolence, there isn't a mocking laughter any longer, but you can feel a malevolent fury in it. What do you guys do?
We must enter. What do you all say to this?
I mean, Brother Yoskin has seen what's in there. What is in there is the fate that befell this young lad. You could, I mean, you do have sense magic, I believe, as one of your...
Yeah.
I do. You know what? I'll spend a willpower point to cast sense magic.
Okay.
Here, let me click it so it goes into the chat.
Okay.
There we go. I'm just doing a power level 1 for now. Oh, nothing happens. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Okay.
Just play.
So, it may not surprise you to learn this thing is, it's almost like the tree itself is possessed. If some ancient malevolent spirit was breathed into this thing, it seems to have been infused with it. What this is not is a portal anyway, or anywhere.
Okay.
That is good to know. I'm going to convey all of that to my companions. I'm just looking to like upcast it if it does anything different, but it does not. So this is what I know that is the most I can know about this. It's a dangerous entity we approach. I caution you to be wary of what may come our way. But I also feel like we must proceed. But I've lost everybody. I think I have to...
oh, yeah. I thought you turned your camera off. Hold up. Let me hit reconnect.
No, it's everybody. I lost everybody, so it's me. It's clearly... Well, you came back, Kev, but I'm gonna...
Okay. Yeah, I got you back now, too.
Do myself. Yeah, me too. But most funny, it's like, you know what? It's this time of day. Let's reset everybody's thing.
You are playing the role of Will today? We're just like, no more camera for you.
I know. Exactly.
So,
let's see what happens.
What do you guys do? Dariel, you've seen this thing before. Obviously, this is the spirit of Morgan.
Yeah. But she's not close here. Well, she is close here. Sorry, but to resolve things, we need to press on. Is what you're saying? Yeah. In which case, we press on.
Okay. Oh, George, your audio might be on in Roll20.
There you go. And you're on a different mic as well, George, I think. Yeah, it's probably the camera or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you go, we know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you guys do?
We'll trudge to Gloomshire.
Okay. So Magister Ugo is able to get you guys back to the road, and then you are able to...
Excellent. Thank
what
you.
are you doing with the body of this young acolyte?
Oh.
Should we take it back with us?
I don't really want to roll into town with it, but maybe bring the satchel and lay to rest the body in the way that we know is proper.
Yeah. Do you have any sort of holy water or anything? Perhaps a sprinkle of that in our new freshly dug grave will protect and protect this corporeal form and maybe the spirit beyond.
I will see to it, and he will hold his lighted holy symbol up as he drips some holy water across the body and lays this follower to rest.
Okay. Ugo, are you inspecting this body whatsoever?
I would say I was inspecting it not from a medical point of view, but from a magical point of view, to see if I noticed something unnatural.
Okay. You can give us a awareness check, and if you are inclined to give any other checks, just go ahead and make those rolls.
Let's start with an awareness. I think I was giving you like the overview, like to see what I'd notice.
Yeah. No, it's
wait.
Yep, you're good.
I did. Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah.
It's as Brother Yoskin said. Like this person seems to have just been swallowed and then died in there.
Okay, so I think from that, my next. I think I'm doing sort of. Suddenly it's CSI Dragonbane. I think my next, because we heard that wolf earlier.
Yeah.
So I think my next thing would be to do beast lore, meaning like I'm looking to check the body to see if I thought it was some kind of predator or something that might have had something to do with it, the death, like a venomous snake or something I might not even notice.
Yeah, if you check that, there's nothing that what you do find on him is that there is lodged in the folds of his clothing, there is another black feather.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I know that they just almost killed me with, just them non-magical ability to decimate a person within a swarm. But at the same time, there's a lot going on here. So I think I'm going to use another willpower to once again cast Sense Magic on his body.
Okay. If you are doing so after Brother Yoskin has spilled the holy water on it, you can sense that there is a light, for lack of a better term, that is upon it, something that is anathema to the spirits of undead and to demons. His body is sanctified. It can rest easily.
Okay, so I will convey that to everybody, but definitely Brother Yoskin. His body, his spirit is at rest. I think we can now put his body to rest as well.
Very good.
The light shields his soul.
Okay.
Yes.
With that incredible crafting roll from before, Brother Yoskin, it's no trouble whatsoever to excavate again, the earth here is quite loamy anyway. If this is where you wish to lay him to rest, it's quite easy to do so, and you can hang his holy symbol as a marker, perhaps. And then you guys
are like a small poem to him, like an ode, less a prayer than.
Yeah. Okay. So Quirk says a little word over his grave that is quite artful and appropriate. And then with Ugo's assistance, you're able to find your way back to the Bothy and back to the road once again. It will be a full day's journey, and you will, because of the time taken to bury the body, to inspect the body, do all this other stuff, it is going to be either you're traveling in the dark when you reach there, or you're going to have to kind of double time it, in which case we'll have everyone make a constitution check to avoid being exhausted by the time you reach there.
My fear is that the longer we delay, the worse it will be for us when we arrive. What do you all think?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree, but we should be there ready to act rather than exhausted.
This is a good point.
Oh, gracious.
You could push that, I think. Also, you have been revealing some stuff, so you guys do have some rerolls banked from your second act reveal.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I haven't done my. Is this? I wasn't clear if this was the second act, but I guess it is after the break. Right.
It is second act. Yeah. So in yours, like you can see, look at that. Oh, Ugo. That is a dragon.
I'm on board. I gotta get there.
Nice. Would you? Oh, that's a double roll. That's shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah.
I still made it both times. Let's just count the first one.
Yeah.
At least I made it.
So, Nindariel, did you wish to use? There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've used it. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So then, what is, if you guys are hustling along, tell us what the mood is like as you guys are, because this is a full day of hustling along, and how does this differ from yesterday's travel?
I will definitely say that I'm keeping, an eye on my feet because I don't want any roots or anything to trip me up as I go.
Brother Yoskin is focusing on the sound. If he can hear the sound of the forest again, particularly, he's very attuned to that.
Okay.
As we go, do things change, Kevin? Like, this is the kind of what we're seeing. This is when we kind of started. Does it look like, because there's things in this image that kind of start to look like undead, like creepy, weird. Does it continue to get creepy, weirder, or is it this sort of the whole journey on the way?
Go ahead and give us, everybody, please, an awareness check.
Awareness.
I just want to see who rolls the best here.
Good Lord.
Nindariel, wowzers.
Nindariel.
What is that? I'm not wearing my helm, by the way.
I figured as much. So perhaps you guys are traveling along, and it is both Quirk and you guys have the same skill for awareness. You two are the ones who happen to notice it first. About to answer your question, George, no, yeah. Ugo doesn't notice anything changing about this place. Just feels, it feels as if this has gone wild much faster than what you would have expected. It is a hostile road, for sure.
Okay.
But what you can picture is that it is Nindariel and Quirk who both happen to notice the same crow sitting on a limb about maybe 20 feet up on a tree, up that casts across the line. It is sitting there almost mockingly when it sees you. It is only one, and it is Nindariel and Sir Nindariel and Quirk who notice it first. What do you guys do, if anything?
Just one, but that's all it takes. I'll probably address it and say, is your mistress about?
It, give us a, what are you thinking here?
It's almost a persuasion.
Yeah, I think.
Or, something like that. It's sort of saying, I want it to react to what I'm saying. I'll give it a go.
A demon.
I provoked it or something. God knows.
Yeah. Why don't you give us
something?
Nindariel, why don't you give us a will check, please?
Sure. No.
So we get to roll a fear.
It's a fear test,
right? Because for a briefest moment, you are standing in that open field. Give us a D8 roll, please, Sir Nindariel.
Here we go. 4.
Your face turns white as a sheet.
No.
You and all player characters within 10 meters and in sight of you become scared.
Oh, good gracious. Click that condition.
I think it's got to be something more than just like the look on your face, right? Is it, something to do with your elven nature, you think, or?
I think what happens is I lose strength in my legs, and my knees buckle, and I sort of drop to the ground in almost in what might appear to be abeyance, and my sort of helm clatters to the floor and just rolls slightly in front of me, and I sort of look up aghast.
And the crow, almost like mockingly, takes to the air and disappears.
Damn it.
And Dario,
she's here. She's close.
You have that vision or dream or whatever else that you've had for so long. It has never felt as real. No. You could smell the corpses, the coppery tang of blood, the reek of corruption. What do you guys do?
Yeah.
We should find lodging, yes. Now that we are here.
Oh, you're not there yet. This is a crow the two of you happen to spot about
we're not
an hour and a
there.
half, 2 hours into your travel. Yeah, you're in the middle of the woods.
Geez.
You can carry on, though. Scared notwithstanding.
It's a sign we're getting closer.
Okay.
I think we upset the Raven Queen of yours.
I think so.
And in Dariel, it may be worth distinguishing in your mind a Raven Queen from a Queen of Crows.
Yes. Yes, quite so.
So, rising, you guys continue on. I imagine the mood is somber, to say the least, for the rest of the trip. Brother Yoskin, you could spend 2 willpower if you want to just resist that scared condition. Because you've got that fearless trait, right?
Yeah, that's a...
I don't think the rules is written you can do that, but it's kind of the net impact of it. So if you wish, you could do so. Just lose the willpower and clear that condition.
Okay.
You, because of your efforts to sort of hustle along, guys, you're able to make it while there is still daylight. You make incredible time on this, perhaps spurred on by your nerves. And as you approach the actual entrance to Gloomshire, and you can tell from signs you see that you are nearing this place, there's something strange that you hear. Music. And Quirk, you need to make a roll for this. There is an old... Like, there are certain songs that are favored in the theater, there's certain songs that are favored in the tavern, and there's certain songs that you only hear among the travelers and carnival performers. This is one of those such songs. It's a song from one of the caravanners.
Huh.
So as you kind of reach a bend, I'm going to show you guys what the map of Gloomshire is. But this is before you reach the gates. And let me make sure I'm actually, hold up, on the right page here. Yeah, here we go, guys. Voila. This is Gloomshire Village. And I'll move your tokens just off to the side here, maybe. Now, it is before you reach there that you come around the corner. You can see there are 2 kind of like wagons or caravans that are set up where there is a small troupe of carnival performers who seem to be setting themselves up. It's that part of day where they no doubt were traveling today, and they're in the process of setting up the camp, and some folks are playing music. With what you have passed before, This is a stark contrast. None of them have the look of concern on there. It is a mix of humans and dwarves, halflings, wolfkin even. This sort of eclectic type that fall in with these types of troops. And you can see through trees the wooden and spiked palisade of Gloomshire. So they're within spitting distance of the community. While there are some communities that view such travelers as thieves and whatever else, it's not like it's a regular thing to force them to stay outside the walls, let alone in woods such as these. What do you guys do? They're off the road just a bit, so you could easily avoid them by just staying to one side, or...
No,
Well,
I think we should.
I run away from the dogs because I can hear them. It's like visceral. It's like,
Watch out, guys! Watch out! Anna, stop reading my notes.
Meanwhile,
I think he's gonna
Meanwhile, my dog is sleeping in a suitcase. I'm kidding.
Quirk is going to approach them
Okay.
for sure as fellow
Yeah.
thespians or a troop.
Okay, so you make your way towards, and what you can see, there's a group, the total group is about 20, most of which are working on kind of getting things set up, and it has the kind of like, these wagons are clearly designed to be set up kind of like medieval camper vans, right? Like, you could pull the sides out and set themselves up. The three who are performing are clearly older. And how do you approach Quirk? Do you just sort of like walk up and say hello, or do you join in, or what?
Oh, they're singing? I'm going to try to join in.
Sure, if you join in, because I think you know the song. You've been in the performance. And as they see you, you can picture there's like, maybe a tin whistle, and there's a little fiddle type thing, and there's a little, whatever, the Gloomshire equivalent of a bowran is. They see you coming in, and they seem happy.
Yeah, I play the built-in Mallard kazoo.
I think they call that the bagpipe Meredith.
Yeah.
Then what? And then as you kind of finish up the song that they're singing, Brother Yoskin, Sir Nindariel, and Magister Ugo, I imagine it's a bit of a surreal circumstances. Suddenly Quirk just kind of goes forward, and there is a bit of like merriment. This you would think that you were not where you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Yes.
that was amazing. We've been traveling for 2 days. From that way, and this is a nice touch of merriment to and bolster the journey.
And you sing quite well.
Well, I'm more of an actor, but the singing is part of it, right? There's always, the playwrights and the screenwriters always put a good musical ditty into their works. Correct, Magister Ugo? So.
Hey, really?
Hi, Darwin.
It was a fourth wall reference.
So.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's his birthday.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right.
You just turned 6.
Yes. So what news of Gloomshire? That's awesome. Wow. Wow.
Were you traveling from the west?
From the west, yes.
You must have been on our heels then.
Oh, wonderful. Maybe missed you by a day or so?
Perhaps we only just arrived. Not more than several hours ago. Did you? Were you traveling this day?
We did. We took a slight detour, but
Curious.
Well,
you know there's no way. There's one road. It is a narrow road. The bothy is clearly visible from the road, and the bothy could see to the road. How could this possibly be?
right. I'm just curious.
You are bound for Gloomshire then. Be warning.
Yes.
They will charge a pirate's ransom for you to enter in there. Taxes, they say.
Oh, is that why you're not in?
Oh, indeed. Do you think living like this we're made of money? No. We'll
Well, if
remain
they
out
brought
here
back-
for the day. So careful, they'll try and scare the money out of you with tales of boogans in the woods.
Interesting. I won't point out their deception, but if these guys don't hear, I'll let them know.
You can give us an awareness check, Quirk, if you'd like.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
So, well, the first
there
one.
you go.
So
The first one's a fail.
First one's a fail. If you're going to push it, though, you can re-roll.
No, it's okay.
Hey, Carl, come on.
I'm ill-tempered. But
Can't be used. Is awareness intelligence based, though? Yeah, it is. You can't use it for that.
I can't use that for that. Okay. Bummer.
Come on.
What's that? I'm already scared.
You did by mentioning. Did you use your re-roll yet? Because you banked that re-roll from earlier when you reviewed.
First thing?
Yeah, when you were talking about.
Yeah. No. Okay, I'll use it there.
Go ahead and give us a re-roll then. Hit a re-roll on either of those.
Come on, you can do it.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah, it's tough. You can't tell whether they're lying or not.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't make sense.
I think as you guys walk up, you're overhearing some of this conversation, and they say, "Oh, welcome, welcome. Are you performers too?"
I sort of look down at my armor and look back again. In a way, yes.
Indeed.
You could.
Well, if you wish to stay with us, you will be welcome. Though we will be entertaining, and we do charge for a show.
What darkness have you seen on your travels to this place? I say, cutting through that.
They also look at one another and like, what darkness of which do you speak?
Speak clearly. We're not afraid. Seems that you are not either. A murderer of crows. Creatures that burn with unlife.
I think we got someone is muted in roll 20, perhaps. Again, not that I don't enjoy the sound of my own voice, guys, but
No, I can hear myself as well.
okay. What don't you eat? I was going to say is Ugo, Nindariel, and Yoskin.
I'm gonna do this.
Let's see, so we lost your.
I reconnected, but it said I was muted. But oops, I said I was muted, but just in case.
Check.
Check.
That sounds.
I'm
better.
both delighted and disappointed to not hear my voice again. So.
Understandable.
Yeah, so Sir Nindariel, Magister Ugo, and Brother Yoskin, you can each give us an awareness check as well as you're talking to these fine folk. On the cusp of success.
Fairly predictable, Nindariel.
Ugo, I think you've got a reroll banked as well. Second act
actually,
reveal?
yeah, you're right. I do. You're right. I do. Here we go.
Getting closer to that
still
demon.
No.
So then, do you wish to push it? Ugo, or you guys wish to...
I do. I do. That's part of the fun of the game. So let's say, I think I'm already scared. I think I'm feeling sickly because I'm feeling overwhelmed physically now.
Yeah.
By this is something's wrong here. There's something very viscerally wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. All right. So now here we go. Let me try to. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna push it from the earlier roll because it doesn't give me a second push option.
Okay.
Oh.
There you go.
Yes.
Anna
great.
says congratulations.
Nice.
So these... I think you
Somebody
see
in my corner.
a dog among there, just to have the background noise justified. There does seem to be a dog among the travelers.
Okay.
So a awesome, but very noisy dog. Ugo, these people are being utterly sincere in everything they are saying, as far as you can tell.
Interesting.
They do not seem to be lying, and when you talk about what they've done and you compare dates with them, they seem to have been, they would have been traveling the same road at the same time, at the same date as you guys have, but somehow they're here now They did not see the bothy.
Weird. Okay, I will quickly convey that to my companions, but I want to try to do it in a more of a stealthy way.
You
So I thought
definitely,
maybe I'd
there's
make a
so many of
stealth
them,
check.
and there's, and Quirk is so engaged with them and engaging that he can easily keep them occupied. And the most of the rest of the camp is getting themselves set up as well.
Okay, yeah, I want to make sure my companions know that, because that's very strange. There's something more going on here that we all need to be aware of.
We saw no sign of their heavy wagon tracks, anything like that.
At the very least, while you guys weren't looking for those ruts, there were older ruts definitely for things that were moving up and down this road, but there was deadfall across the road that you saw that certainly you would have to move in order to get a cart or something else across.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you all think?
Well, is it a different time? Have they? Are they here, but in a time of the past, or maybe a time of the future, or are they not what they seem to be?
I think it's more proof that we've been shown something they have not seen. It may have cost us time, but we are here now.
Right. Well,
or are we out of time?
Yes, I do not
More
like
that.
this.
Likely.
well, we should get into Gloomshire then. Let's see about these taxes.
You certain you would not like to stay?
Maybe if they don't let us in, or if it's too much for our coin. But I do have a meeting.
A meeting? Wow. Who is your meeting with?
Well, I wish to meet with the Von Waldens, of course.
Indeed. I hear they are remarkable patrons of the arts.
Well, yes, they are notoriously fans of very classic material. And I look around at my companions, kind of kick a stone or something, look down a little bit and say, truth be told, I have a friend who is creating this play, and he wishes to have the Von Waldens patronize him. They are friends of the classics, let us say. So, I have this task.
I see. They are good, and you can see the performers like classics, you say. So then,
Yes.
we will bear that in mind. That is most helpful, Quirk. Thank you so much.
Well, if you give me your information where I can find you, perhaps when I tell Murag that I've had a successful meeting, I might need some performers.
That is good. If you could do us only the favor simply of advising that we wish to perform for the Von Waldens.
Oh, certainly.
Then, wonderful. Good luck. Hopefully they don't rob you so thoroughly as they were intent on robbing us.
Because I tell my companions as we move away.
I didn't do it. Wait, what? Robin, what? I don't.
Look, the Von Waldens, my friend Murag, that's his name. He's written a play. It's a play about a family of ancient noble vampires. A bold new Grand Guignol that is sure to scandalize the capital, right? And I have a copy of the script. Unfortunately, it's not covered in blood or crow feathers.
How many rewrites has it been under?
How many rewrites?
Sorry. That's.
I mean, I've been
real world stuff. Sorry.
I've been adding our names to it. Don't tell Murad. I've been adding our names to it. Jim, the script is kind of bland and it needs some spice. It needs heroes, right? Anyway, I will share this with the script with the Von Waldens, and of course, I'm writing notes on the side because it's still sealed. They have to see Murag's original. I mean,
You mean to tell us that this is all just a casting call?
More funding.
funny. Well, but it could be well funded.
It is not often that I say this, but I'm feeling slightly out of my depth.
Graham, I'm going to grab you and pull you into this world eventually. But this is far too familiar to me, which is really scary. So now Ugo is more scared than the whole time we've been approaching Gloomshire. But there might be executives.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. Do you think I should break the seal?
You know
Seeing what
better
we
than
have
I do.
seen, seeing what we have. Well, I mean, we have companions. Like I still have some of your blood on my tunic. I think. I mean,
I apologize for that.
no, I blame the crows.
Then
But you know better than I think. Perhaps, well, definitely me. Perhaps others of us. I trust you, Quirk.
I see no harm in breaking the seal.
Break the seal.
so
I don't.
just to give context, you guys are outside the gate in the travelers' camp, and you're going to take time to break the seal and read a play. I'm fine with that. I just want to make sure I say it out loud so we're aware of what we're doing.
Yeah. This is like we're doing Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead suddenly.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
maybe
go.
we should go into town.
Yes. Let us rethink this. I mean, Murag is a good friend. I don't know. I do not want to betray his trust. And what if we don't get paid because we're not good at putting the seal back together? I mean, I might be, but
It would be a sleight of hand thing to try and open this
I
and
know.
maintain the
That's
seal.
not bad. Yeah, I have a 60% chance.
As much as that. Wow.
That's wow.
12 out of 20, right? So,
Yeah.
The difficulty is even with how fast you get through scripts, Quirk, it would likely be an hour or so for you to get through the play and then be able to comment on it. So you would still be outside the
No,
walls.
Kev. You read the first 10 pages, and if you don't like it, you throw it away.
Exactly.
Couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate truth.
That one seems true.
that's the same with grants. If they don't like the specific game page, or they don't like your bio sketch, you're done. So they just read,
Interesting. Okay.
they
We're
read
all on the
five.
same
They read
page
5
then.
pages. Read 5 pages. Yeah.
Perfectly.
All right.
Perfect.
So this is one small
do you
advantage of
think?
my profession is that we do get the retainer. So if they don't like what they're saying, they still have to fucking pay us. So
That's good. Right.
I like that.
That's awesome.
So then,
All right.
I can't imagine why people make so many fucking lawyer jokes, right?
Yeah, right? Where's that come from?
Yeah, exactly. You sons of... so then, what would you guys like to do then?
I think we should try to go in and secure lodging, or go visit the Von Walden and see if since we're, I guess, expected.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree with that.
So, as you guys make your departure, they say their farewells to you. They are very happy to have made your greetings, and the shadows are long as you guys are approaching the gates, and you
We're
can see
coming
that
this way, right?
you guys are actually coming from
This way.
Yeah, there you go. You're coming in this way.
So we're probably going to there eventually. Right?
So here's one thing that you notice is there are watchtowers along the side. You can see this prominent mansion that sits atop a kind of a prominence well above where everything else is. My God, to get those stupid cards, I had to load the whole Alien RPG starter set. So I went to the handouts, and suddenly I've got all these things on there. What the fuck is all this stuff? Let me show you, as you approach, just what that looks like, because it is an illustration from the... This, incidentally, too...
The adventure.
Yeah, the adventure comes with
That's a great preview.
Yeah, it comes with a player map and a GM map, which is fucking cool.
That's cool. I like when they do that.
Definitely. So here, guys, is the mansion.
Okay.
But as you approach, what you can see is there are one guard at this gate. As you approach, he looks up and says, "We're about to close up."
We got here just in time.
Indeed. What's your business in Gloomshire? Are you with any gestures down the road? Them?
No, just checking in as a fellow traveler. They were singing like song. I hope that did not delay us. Truth be told, we have a meeting with the Von Waldens.
Okay. So you can give us a bluff check with a boon, please.
Maybe
God, this is you.
Maybe
and
this
not
guy
me.
lied to
Better
me.
than me.
Yeah.
This guy lied to me. All right, bluff. Okay, I had boon, right?
Well, and
One
sorry, Carl,
boon.
in the event that you were inadvertently, you don't have an appointment with them, what he's encouraged you to do is get a meeting with them.
Ah, yes.
So would you have would you have tried to bluff your way past here, or would you tell the truth of just that you've got business with the Von Waldens, hopefully, or aspirationally?
No, let's do this. Let's try
Okay.
to. I'm feeling confident
With a boon. Go ahead.
with a boon. Yeah.
Yeah, and you got that free reroll now, too. Although,
Yeah.
nice.
9 out of 14.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about
well
that. I
then.
don't know why. I tried to click once. I apologize.
No worries.
Oh, no. I did.
Yeah,
that was
you
with
succeed the
boon.
first time, too. So
Yeah.
they're like, it's peculiar. Is it? Well, in you go then. Have you been here before?
No. What's a good? I'll give him a coin for for information. What's a good place to stay? I don't expect that we will stay with the Von Waldens, of course.
No,
But where's a good?
the only place in town, Slippery Fox Inn.
Sounds wonderful.
You find it right across from the well, the town square, opposite where the Chapel of Light is located.
Well, maybe this will buy you a drink later on. You and your companion here.
Oh, it's very well. He's only on his own, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe this will buy you and your friends a drink.
Thank you. Since you've been so friendly, are you friends with any gestures down the road? Them lot.
We just met them. Are they a problem?
No, they just.
Should we be checking our? I checked my bags. Should we be checking our pockets?
Ugo just kind of. What he says is just no. It's they was going to bring them wagons in, so we did charge them for that. If they say it's outside there, they're all dead. The nights.
How much?
They ain't safe out there.
How much for the wagons?
For it is. Let's see here.
But you do not want them to die, do you?
They're choosing to do so. We warned them what it's like out there. They choose not to come in, so beat on their head.
Are we good people? I don't even know. How do you know? I guess you decide, right?
You guys
Isn't
say,
that
yeah. Here we go. Services.
I guess
It's foolishness if there is such danger that they prevent people from coming in.
For the 10 gold each.
Jesus.
For two, so it'll be 20 gold. Well, I mean, to just give context, lodging at an inn in a... Well, hold on. Actually, that's probably too expensive.
No way.
Lodging at a separate room in an inn is 5 silver. So let's say 10 silver each.
Ouch.
10 silver.
Wow.
Not for you guys. You guys can go in. It's the wagons. The wagons are going to be clogging up the square. Then they need to pay.
I guess it's I see what your point. It's just maybe we could convince them to leave the wagons out here.
You can do what you want. Them wagons, they got to pay 10 silver each for each of them if they want to bring them in. They're welcome. I'm sure that Esther will find plenty of place for them at the Fox. But if they just want to stay outside, beat on their head. I told them.
How many wagons did they have? Okay.
2. So we need 20 silver.
I have some silver I could throw in if you all want to propose that.
I have 7 silver now.
Well, could we
5
speak,
of which would be.
If it's
perhaps speak to these nobles in this house, or these that run this place, and
But the Von Lobens?
yeah,
Unless you've got a appointment with him, you got to go through the town council.
I see.
If you got business with the town council,
Well, I guess we're supposed to see them to get him to
Oh.
finish our
you can ask him up. But
mission.
I'm closing up within the half hour.
Yeah, we'd have to do it tomorrow, right? And we have to do it tomorrow. We were late. The road. It took a while. Just
That's right.
it is what it is.
I don't think them friends of yours will be the non-friends of yours. They ain't going to be there tomorrow. But
So I'm
And
gonna-
where will they? And where will they be? And what will happen to them, good sir?
he looks at you, ashen-faced, and I think because of your everyone other than Yoskin having that scared condition, you know precisely just from the look, and I think that he recognizes a knowing in your eyes that you know precisely what is going to happen to these people. He just doesn't want to speak it out loud.
Then you create more foot soldiers.
well, we can. Maybe I can go over there and convince them to leave the wagons out. The wagons will be fine, right?
He shrugs.
No one's-
I don't care what they done with them wagons. If them wagons are coming in for the night, it's going to be 10 silver each. If they want to come in and stay at the Fox, they're welcome to do so. Esther's got plenty of turnip.
I love
Mash.
you a good turnip stew. I love you a good turnip mash. I don't have any teeth. All right, so I just slurp it up.
I assume mallards eat the same way ducks do, with just like.
Yeah, sure. It's probably gross. For
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, food fucking everywhere. What do you guys want to do?
go.
Then?
I'm gonna try. I'll just try to convince them. Go ahead.
It's the I'm sorry, is it 10 silver per night or just 10 silver one-time entry?
10 silver per night for them if they're
Oh.
staying longer than that.
Yeah. I think you're doing the right thing, Quirk.
I'm gonna try to convince them. Leave the wagons out here, stay here, and then we'll. If you want to present yourselves to the Van Waldens, then at least you'll be. I guess the guard's concerned that you're gonna be dead. So I'll just tell them flat
Okay.
out. I'll go back there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got to be done. It's got to be
So
done.
give us. I think you're
It's
going to
gotta
be
be
rolling
tried.
with a Bane, only because they're like they don't want to leave. This is their entire lives and whatnot. Are these?
Their entire lives.
Exactly.
Wagons. Yeah. So let's see how persuasive you are.
What is it? What is that,
Persuade,
bartering?
please, with a Bane.
Persuade.
So click on the Bane.
Bane.
Okay, with the Bane. Yeah. I try to argue. No one's gonna touch your wagons. They'll be fine. You could take as much as you can carry. They just,
Could
we
I-
were rich folks. We're not rich yet. But go ahead.
And could I help Quirk
Yeah.
by reinforcing the fact that we've seen what can happen even only this day,
Yeah.
and if they're concerned for their livelihoods, be concerned for your very lives and souls.
Yeah.
And I'll play it heavy as he's playing it sort of light and persuasive. I'm just playing it heavy, but kind of trying to support
Yeah.
him.
I think
So can that offset?
it can.
the Bane?
Yeah. So we roll it normal. So you've offset
Okay.
the Bane.
Why don't I just put a boon and a bane and see if that works?
Do that.
Or that's,
Yeah.
that's
Let's
a
see.
bad
I
idea?
actually don't know what will happen. I think it just won't. But let's see.
All right.
It did cancel out.
But it cancel out, and you are one off. Do you want to push it?
God. Yeah, I'm gonna use disheartened.
Okay.
Yeah, great, nice.
I would be
awesome.
disheartened if if these people who seem very nice suddenly died,
Yeah.
or were dead in the morning.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
So you can imagine a seasoned thespian such as Quirk, who is used to playing like a instrument the emotions and reactions of individuals, it is a absolutely heart-wrenching.
You will die. Very William Shatner melodrama.
William Shatner the Mallard. I love it. Okay, so then, yeah, I think that is what convinces those, and also with the utter certainty that Nindariel Shadow Dreamer offers, that there is having a fully armored knight, of the ethereal people, say with such conviction about what horrors await in the night, that is sufficient. So I think we'll have to end our session here, unfortunately, but with a troop of 20 travelers and you guys making your way into Gloomshire and towards the Silver Fox. And I think the last thing he says, I don't know if Isabel's going to have room for all of them.
We'll have a big party in the common room, my friends. We will perform for our supper.
See, the last thing he does sort of say to you is that you are good people.
Well, you're a good man for letting us through with this workaround, my friend.
And perhaps what you've done with a roll that good, why don't we say that he's let you roll the wagons up to being within eyesight of here too. So they can see where the wagons are. They brought the draft animals inside. It's just the wagons themselves that are going to be viewing distance from the watchtowers on there. And with you guys, sorry, George, you're muted, I think.
You're still muted.
Whatever the audio error was you had before, I think you're back again. While you're doing that, just as while George is looking that up, as a reminder of how XP works, you get an advancement for if you participated in the session, if you explored a new location, if you defeated one or more dangerous adversaries, if you overcame an obstacle without using force, and if you gave into your weakness. The whole party, I can count 4 of them. It's really just a matter of the weakness. The only thing I can think of. Otherwise, you guys did overcome an obstacle without doing force. You got that body out of the tree without resorting to violence. You definitely faced some dangerous adversaries. You found a new location. You've never been to Gloomshire before. And you guys were all here.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
George, what were you going to say?
Yes. Oh, I was going to say, I feel like the last moment of this is like me saying to my companions, this is the last moment we will feel safe. We must stick together, for from now on, it will only get worse. So I thank my companions for getting us to this point. We must stick together to get through what may come. And whose silver is this?
The guard's like, what the fuck? Thought that guy gave me some money.
Give my coin back.
Guys, that brings us to the end of our Dragonbane session. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for the... Here. Also, THX, thank you so much for your generosity today. I saw 2 super chats in there. That is incredibly generous. Thank you very, very much. That was very nice of you. We really appreciate that. For those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for this maiden voyage with Dragonbane. I cannot speak for the players. I had a ton of fun running this. This was a lot of fun. Good. Yeah, this is I understand now why you guys have enjoyed this game so much. So really fun stuff. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the adventure, again, I've got a link down below to Shadow over Gloomshire. So if you want to pick this up yourself, you can find a link down to the Drive-Thru RPG link below. It's a really fucking cool adventure. Very modular as well, too. So lots of options for adding in things to change events and to make it different things. So I think it's also quite replayable as well, as far as running it for multiple times and not being bored yourself. There's also a link down below in the description of the video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server. We have channels there dedicated to assorted games like Dragonbane, most of the games and campaigns we run on the channel, as well as most of the games we run on the channel. There's also Find a Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat. Terrific group of people over there, helpful, knowledgeable, and friendly, and you're more than welcome to join us below. If you enjoyed spending time with our stellar players here today, I've also got a link down below to Jamie's YouTube channel and to Carl's YouTube channel. You can find a lot of actual plays on both of those as well. If you want to see what lurks behind that brain of our resident elf too, there's a link down below to Graham's company on Drive-Thru RPG, where you can get such stellar things as Heroic Fantasy 2nd Edition, as well as soon we will have an Age of Arthur 2nd Edition as well. Yeah. As well, there's a link down below if you want to know who's going to be funding Quirk's next Gold Tongue production, or at least the producing it. There's a link down below to George's IMDb page as well. So, in addition, there's a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they don't have something in stock that you were looking for, you can put it on a want list. They'll send you an email when it comes in, and if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code Happy Muse Year. It is listed in the description of the video. It is easier to write than it is to say. It'll save you 10% on your purchase, and if you're listening to this after April 15, 2025, come back to one of our more recent videos, and you will see what the current discount code is there. The last thing I will
say, while it might be not difficult to say, it was easy to type to get the discount, which I just used to get some Traveler stuff.
Fantastic. Nice. The last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our stalwart players. So Jamie, Carl, Graham, and George, thank you so much for providing such a terrific introduction to Dragonbane. This was a really, really fun game to run, and very, very easy to just let me fall into my usual tropes of running things. So this was a really terrific introduction. Thank you very, very much, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
We will be back with, whether we'll be back in Gloomshire once again remains to be seen, but I think that we will definitely be back with Dragonbane at some point. I had a lot of fun running this. But until we see again, for those listening at home, once again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our travelers to Gloomshire are encountering. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.